Hi.
This is Melissa.
And this is Kat.
Symposium. That is the word
They were looking for.
Yeah, like when the Greek people would have like smart people talks, they were symposiums.
In their conversation pits.
In their conversation pits, they had their symposiums. And yeah, I could not think of that word to save my life. Go a little.
You got it. What the fuck? It's because this like isn't lipstick. It's lip stain. So like it's never done that to me.
It's lip staining your teeth. It's good.
Okay.
For now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just put lip gloss on. I've been in a lip gloss era, but like lip gloss is really annoying.
Yeah, it annoys me.
Like holy shit, like the way my hair just sticks to your face. And you gotta be like, you can't just like, brush it back. You gotta like.
Yeah, because then it's gonna like smear across your whole face.
Exactly. So like I can't wear it to like work. Do you have asthma, bro? Like, can you hear his little grunting?
He has things to say.
Grunts? I think he's having a hard time breathing.
Yeah, he's allergic. He's just like me for real.
He is just like you for real. Anything fun happening?
I was gonna say I went to the Hozier concert yesterday in Orlando, and it was very strange because our whole section and like a couple other sections, people didn't stand.
Oh, really?
And like the girl, I said something to Maddie because Maddie had never been to a concert before, and I was like, "This is really weird." And Maddie was like, "Yeah, I thought we were gonna stand," and I was like, "Yeah, I thought so too." And then the girl next to me turned to me and was like, "Isn't it weird that no one's standing?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, no, it's really weird that no one's standing."
So you just sat there like you were at a play?
Yeah, and then so like he played one of his like popular songs as like the last song, and so we stood up for that, and then obviously he left and came back for an encore.
You sat the whole show?
Yeah, because there was literally, I'm not kidding, not a single person in our section was standing.
And you guys are like anxiety babies.
Yeah, but like also like we were like in the middle, so like no one in front of us was standing.
Then it's like no awkward, yeah, because then it's like you're blocking the person behind you.
So then for the last song, he played "Take Me to Church," and so we stood up for that. It's literally me, Maddie, and then the two like strangers next to us stood up. Not a single other person in our section did. And I was like, okay, well, fuck it. Actually, there's like 3 girls kind of behind us that did too. And like the lady behind them, I watched her yell at them. And they were like, no, it's the last song. Like, it's this popular song we're going to.
I've never sat at a concert.
He left and came back for like the encore. And he came out onto like a little stage, like in the middle of the pit. It was at Kia Center, so like in like a little stage.
He was in the pit.
And the lady behind us, like loudly to her friend, was like, "Well, can you see over them? Can you see over them? Like, stand up." Why are y'all being so weird? I have been to more concerts than I can ever like even count.
So bizarre.
And I have never, ever. And it wasn't just our section. There was multiple sections. We were like up in like kind of high up. The sections below us were all standing. It was so weird, dude.
That is so insane.
It was the most bizarre thing. And then I felt bad because Maddie had like never been to a show before. We just like sat the whole time. And I literally told them, I was like, I've never seen this. Like, this is crazy.
I've never like sat. The only time I've ever sat during a show is if it was like an opener I didn't care about.
Yeah, people sat for the opener and it was like, okay, because no one like really like, knew
But
about
also
her.
If you liked the opener and you wanted to stand up in front of me, I'd be like, okay.
It was so weird, dude.
That is incredibly bizarre.
Yeah.
I've never sat during a show.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be like we were the only people, and then 3 girls behind us that were like over behind us.
You should have started a movement.
We tried to, and then everyone complained.
That is so weird. I would have been like, I paid for these fucking seats.
Well, if they would have said something to me, they were being like passive aggressive behind us instead of like saying anything to us. But she was like, can you see over them?
It's not like against the rules to stand up, so I would have stood up. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I would have stood the whole fucking show.
I mean, I was
but
like,
I'm also
fine.
like a huge
It
fucking
also
bitch.
Okay, so like it wasn't like a huge deal because like obviously his music, like when we go see like Fall Out Boy, for example, like I'm fucking rocking the fuck out. Like at a Hozier concert, I wasn't like, like, but yeah, it was very interesting to sit the whole time. I've never experienced that, and it was
I literally texted Kat and I was like, is Hozier 2 syllables or 3? Because I say Hozier because you say Hozier. I don't know Hozier. I don't know.
Yeah, I
like
say
that.
Hozier, but I feel like some people say Hozier.
People say Hozier.
I think he says Hozier, but I'm really not sure. He's Irish, so
What? Yeah, if he says Hosier, I'm gonna say. I thought it was. I just. Everybody always says Hosier, but then a couple of our friends,
say Hosier.
that went said Hosier, and I was like, who the fuck is Hosier?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like you're just pronouncing it how it looks. I thought it was Hosier. So
I don't know. I'll ask Andrew.
Yeah, I need you to like DM him. And then Kat was like, people say it both ways. And I was like, that's not the answer I wanted.
Well, I don't know.
I need a yes or a no. Is it 3 syllables or is it 2 syllables?
I don't know the answer to that. So sorry.
I wish somebody would tell me. I wish somebody would call him and ask.
I'm sure he's been in interviews where he's like said it.
My name is Andrew.
Andrew Byrne.
Hosier.
Yeah.
Is his last name Hosier?
No. I don't know what it means.
What is Hosier?
I don't know. Maybe it's like an Irish term.
Name.
No, his last name is Byrne. I'm pretty sure like Byrne.
What is Hosier then?
I don't know.
Is Hosier a word?
Maybe it's like Gaelic or something because he's from Ireland.
No, like just anyway. We have to move on.
Okay. Someone made a voodoo doll of him and was holding it up at the show. And he said, I feel everything you're doing to that. Be nice to me.
Oh my God.
He's really funny.
Really funny.
He's really funny.
Big though. He's like 6'6", right? Like he's like a big guy.
Yeah.
I've been with bigger, but that's still pretty big. 6'6" is big.
And his hair is so pretty.
Yeah.
And he was so humble. He was like thanking everyone for being there like constantly. Aww. And then he like talked a lot about like the politics here in America and stuff like that.
I didn't even realize he wasn't American. I don't know anything about this man.
Yeah, he's Irish.
He's EBBB.
And his newest album, I think he's like speaks like Gaelic in like a couple of them, but on his newest one, his first song, like the first half is in English and the second half is in.
Isn't it weird how everybody sings in English?
Well, Gaelic isn't like
no. I mean, people with accents sound English when they sing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I do know. They like lose their accent.
Why?
I don't know. And why do they sound like American of all things? Like
if I started singing,
we weren't like first.
Go British. Like, I'm gonna go British. If I was singing like, Sweeney Todd, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's more of me doing like a caricature of somebody. That is very weird. I thought he was American. I didn't even realize he was whatever.
Irish.
He's
like straight, like from Ireland.
Yeah, why isn't he like, take me to church? Like, why does he sing like, take me to church? Like, that's how I would say it.
He sounds kind of British, I think, when he sings a little bit, like some of his songs, but not Irish.
That's crazy.
He has a really thick accent, though.
Somebody tell me.
I'm sure it's like something about the pronunciation, like when you're like singing.
Yeah, because we pronounce things the best.
No, we sure don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird. Anyway, let's move on from Hosier.
Okay.
That's the thing, too. Those are two totally... Anyway, we have to move on.
We'll be here forever talking about Forest Daddy.
Oh, God. Okay.
Tragical.
So this time,
we're here to tell you why
Star Wars Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones.
It's tragical.
Yay!
We did it.
Star Wars
Episode 2.
Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
I think it's just Star Wars, one line, next line, Episode 2,
Are they allowed to do that?
The Attack of the Clones. Is it The Attack of the Clones or is it just Attack of the Clones?
I think it's Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. We're both wearing Star Wars shirts.
Yup.
Mine is the Obi-Wan Kenobi fan club, and there's like different versions of him. We've got the cartoon show, Episode 1, Episode 2... Episode
it's
3.
Just Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, that's right. What I thought.
Oh,
you said the
Star Wars. No, I said Attack of the Clones. Star Wars Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones.
The Attack of the Clones. The Attack of the Clones.
You said the attack.
No, I truly said Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
It's Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had Star Wars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I didn't have the dash.
I have Padme and Anakin on my shirt.
Mm-hmm. So we've got the main
when
three.
they're on the balcony.
You've got the main three going on.
When they go back to Naboo or Naboo or Naboo. Or like, I swear everybody be saying everything wrong.
Also, at one point, Yoda said Dooku's name, and he was like, Dooku.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're literally all just like, trying their best.
Did the actors and voice actors not like...
They didn't get any sort of training.
Read together to like...
Yeah, because at one point, Obi-Wan says Naboo, and I'm like, where is that? Everyone else says Naboo.
Well, that's
and
like
he's
in
like
the
a
first
hard
one.
Naboo. Well, that's like we were saying they say Amidala or Amidala, but then we were like, well, we think that's like that man's accent.
Yeah.
But now I'm just pretty sure that nobody knows how to say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's very distracted.
What is happening here, my guy?
He's making sure he's touching both of us. Oh.
He lifted his...
You don't want belly rub?
No, he don't like...
You want to fight? The people love you. Show them how cute you are. You are getting a little tunky, though.
I told you.
No more knack. You have my son. The reflexes are not good.
The reflexes are not reflexing. His pupils are like huge. He's gonna get you.
Be nice.
He's gonna pull it towards him. Yeah.
Oh, that's mean. Can I have my phone? I need it for a podcast.
That's his phone, actually.
Thank you.
That's his. Thanks for asking.
I have some fun facts for you.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Ouch. I'm being stabbed. Okay. So because he wanted to be able to identify himself during the Colosseum scene, Samuel L. Jackson, Mace Windu.
Oh, wow. I had no idea that's who that was.
Specifically asked George Lucas if he could have a purple lightsaber. Lucas replied that Jedi lightsabers were only blue or green, to which Jackson said, yeah, but I want a purple one. And Lucas said he'd consider the request. He got his purple.
He's my favorite. I literally said that when we were watching it. His is my favorite because it's purple.
Yeah, it is pretty fun.
He's the only one that has purple. And
Well,
I'm pretty sure
it's not canon. He just wanted it.
It is canon though. It's in the movie.
True, yeah. He's special. Hayden Christensen.
Who?
His last name is hard for me.
Yeah.
Do you get tongue tied?
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
knows that. Hayden Christensen claimed to have greatly enjoyed filming the bar scene because it was the only real set. It was the only set that was not just a green screen.
I was going to say this movie is a lot of green screen.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
It's like a legit set. I mean,
Like,
besides
they,
like the fucking desert.
built it. Yeah.
Like he had green screen or the desert. Those were the options.
So fun.
Okay.
I mean the house in the lakeside is real because you can like it's like in Italy or something, like you can visit there.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Maybe like I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, maybe he's a fucking liar.
He's a dumb bitch. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, somebody made that up. Okay. So I said something about this when we were watching it. And I was like, okay, weird. When Anakin is slaughtering the Tusken Raiders, they didn't have to say slaughter like that. Qui-Gon's voice can be heard in the background. This is no accident. According to Star Wars canon, Qui-Gon's Force Ghost tried to stop Anakin's rage but failed. I was like, why is that? Like, why is it? I was like, why is it Qui-Gon's voice? Why isn't it? I was like, why isn't it Obi-Wan's voice? Remember? I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, because Yoda hears it too.
Yeah. It's like him trying to be like, hey, girl.
Don't do that.
Hey.
I mean, to be fair, Qui-Gon literally didn't want Anakin to be.
Yeah. Well, he was fucking right, isn't he?
Should have listened.
Just before Anakin goes to search for his mother on Tatooine, he has a conversation with Senator Amidala. I don't know why we had to be so formal out here with Padme. The camera pans to their shadows as they talk, and Anakin's resembles that of Darth Vader. According to the DVD commentary, the Vader-like shadow that Anakin casts is not a visual effect, but just happens to be a coincidence. I didn't notice that.
That's
I love that little
crazy.
scene, though. It's
I
cute.
literally said like that is when like everything turns.
Yeah, when
they're on
when his
Tatooine.
mom dies.
Yeah, that's when it.
I'm just gonna go bad anyway. I feel like
No, I think he had a choice and he made that choice.
Sure.
And that's when he made it.
This is kind of crazy. This is just like, I don't know, a fun fact, I guess. That's what we're doing here.
Whoa, crazy.
According to Star Wars canon, everything, the Tusken Raiders who kidnapped Shmi Skywalker, Shmi is my favorite name, were paid to do so by Count Dooku or Daku or Daku, however you want to say it. Dooku had done this on orders from his master, Darth Sidious, but it was never revealed on screen. So it was like basically shot for episode 3, but then they like took it out. It didn't make the final cut. So it's just like known that he paid the Raiders
that would be what turned him.
Yeah, he just wanted to piss him off by killing his mom.
Yeah, I mean, and it works clearly.
Yeah.
And I was right.
This fun fact doesn't bode well for my best friend, but Jar Jar Binks, standing in for Senator Amidala, puts forth a motion that gives Palpatine supreme powers. This means that Jar Jar, the most hated character in the Star Wars canon, not by us, is indirectly responsible for the fall of the Republic and the near annihilation of the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Interestingly, George Lucas said during the storyboards and pre-production for episode 1 that Jar Jar is the key to all of this. So everyone thought he meant it as like, oh, he's going to be like a likable character. More people now think that he means
like it's his fault.
Like Jar Jar Binks basically like ended the Republic.
And like and brought the Sith like to the forefront.
Yeah.
But he's just a dumb little baby and he didn't know.
He got gaslit. We're going to talk about it. This one is so fun. I love true crime. If you look closely when Jango is killed by Mace Windu, you can see 2 shadows flying to the floor in that area. One is from his helmet and the second is...
his head.
His head.
They separate? Shit.
Apparently, I didn't put this one in my fun facts, but apparently George Lucas wanted like... This was George Lucas, rolling with the writers and being like, okay, let's do this. He wanted Boba to pick up his dad's helmet and then his head to fall out. And they were like, maybe we don't do that, George.
We already watched him get decapitated.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Like he already watched his dad get decapitated. I don't think he needs to pick up the head.
Cool. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's crazy.
Good right there. So those are the fun facts. We get them from the Internet Movie Database.
For better days if you're nasty. Yeah. That's crazy. They wanted him to pick up his dad's head.
Yeah. You got a little...
What the fuck?
Take a shot every time I tell Kat she has lipstick on her teeth.
It's just weird because like it's like dry. Like it's already dry.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because your teeth are wet. Do you ever think about like your teeth are always
No,
wet?
I can't. I don't want to think about it.
Like your insides are always wet.
No.
Isn't that weird to think about?
Yeah, and I don't want to. Thank you.
Like you're always soaking wet.
Anyway, Attack of the Clones.
Like we're soaking wet right now, just internally. Do you think anyone just calls him like Obi?
No, I don't think anyone does.
Like
I don't think they know.
friends?
I was going to say they don't know nicknames, but they call Anakin
Annie, yeah. You think they call Padme?
But like the Jedi
like
don't.
May. Yeah, like we always say Mace Windu. I'm like, can't just be like, what up, Mace?
Oh, I called him Mace in my notes.
Oh, I didn't put anyone's full name. Also, if my phone autocorrected Obi-Wan to like octopus, I was like, yeah, I don't know what that means.
Octopus
I'm not sitting here trying to rewrite all these motherfuckers' names.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, so if you guys don't remember what happened last time, it's okay because neither do we. No,
even though we just watched it, actually.
Yeah, so basically I'll give you the most layman's
abridged
terms. Yeah. Padme Amidala is a senator now. She can't be queen anymore. She had her 2 terms or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so she's a senator. And then there's also galactic unrest, which sounds so bad. And the Jedi are struggling to keep the galaxy in order. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that was it.
That was like this summation. The best summation I could give you.
Yeah. So Senator Amidala / Padme is arriving in Coruscant, and she's
where
getting
the Jedis are.
Yeah, she's meeting up with the Jedi Council, and she gets off her ship and it blows up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really her because she's a pro at this by now. And she always has a fucking body double. But the body double also doesn't die. Also, the body double is Rose Byrne.
Yeah.
Who was in Bridesmaids.
Like, that's crazy.
They said, fuck Keira Knightley.
I just like didn't realize. Well, Keira Knightley, I'm sure, was doing something like, you know, she was busy. Probably.
That's just crazy.
I think her career kind of like took off.
Yeah.
So she was like, yeah, I'm not going to be fucking Padme's
filming Pride and Prejudice.
Stunt double. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's not going to be like a fucking character that's on screen for 7 minutes. They couldn't afford her at that point for that.
You might be right.
Like she was doing bigger.
She was booked and busy.
Things. She was booked, dude.
Booked and busy.
She was like, sorry.
She's like, I'm not going to be fake Padme.
She said, start it
from the bottom, now we hit.
Yeah, so oh yeah, I thought her body double died, but no, she's fine.
Yeah, no, apparently she's fine.
She just like got really hurt. So
Rose
she's
is fine, don't worry.
She just blew up out of the ship. Her name was like Corda or something. Don't care, didn't write it down. Cordy? Corday?
I thought it was with a D.
I think it was Corday. I think I actually just fucking nailed that. I think it was Corday. It doesn't really matter. Then the Jedi, so like Yoda and Mace Windu and the guy with the egg head with the ponytail.
The Jedi Council.
Yeah, those guys. They meet with Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine, and they're talking about like what they're gonna do. And then they meet with Amidala and Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is like literally counsel to Queen Amidala, or sorry, Senator Amidala.
Yeah.
And that's just, like, no.
He was a war general.
Okay. And now he's retired, right? Like, we're not actually letting him, like, have any
more
like,
say.
I love Jar Jar Binks, but he's, like,
kind of dumb.
He's, like, a personality hire. I thought we all knew that. Like, I think we were going to actually give him any, like...
Not a personality
legitimate power or position.
Well, they did.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Palpatine is so fake. He's like, I don't know if you guys know, Palpatine's bad. Palpatine is so fake. He's like, oh, we have to protect Senator Amidala because people are trying to kill her.
Left
they
and
blew
right.
up her ship.
Yeah.
And
she's used to it.
I'm gonna assign some Jedis to protect you, girl. Like, do you think he knew?
Knew what?
That like Anakin was like in love with her and that it was not gonna go well.
Well, okay, spoiler alert. At one point in the movie, Anakin and Palpatine talk, and Palpatine literally is like, I'm like proud of you for everything you've done. And Anakin says, I thank you for your counsel throughout the years. So they've talked.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in love with this bitch.
I don't know if he's mentioned that. I just think that like,
I think he did. I think he's like obsessed with her, and he probably talks
about her. He like yaps about her to anyone who will listen.
Like, poor Palpatine. Honestly, I'd be mad too.
Listen to like teenage
bro. Be like, I'm so in love with her.
Yeah,
she's so hot. She's the greatest woman I've ever known.
It's been 10
years. The only woman I've ever known
since the first one, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna assign Jedi to watch over Padme, and guess who it is?
It's Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah, Anakin is still a Padawan because Obi-Wan doesn't trust him. He says that he's too impulsive and he doesn't listen. So he doesn't want to want Anakin to do the trials and become a full Jedi because he doesn't think he's ready.
Yeah. They have like a sweaty conversation.
They're in the elevator.
Obi-Wan's like, boy, you sweating.
He's like, you're nervous and you're sweaty. And Anakin's like, I haven't seen her in 10 years. She's going to be so old and so hot. I can't fucking wait to see her.
She's not even like, she looks the same. I guess she was like a really young queen though.
She is the same though.
That's
but
true.
He's like a literal
she's like
different
2 years
actor.
Older, probably.
So that would be why. Like, okay, if it's been 10 years, he's what, like 18, 17, 18?
He's like 20. He was like 10 in the first movie.
I guess.
Yeah. And she's like 30. I mean, it's not that crazy.
I don't even think she's 30. I think she was like 17 when she was.
That's crazy. I couldn't be like, no, that's not true. I could be a queen now. But at 17, shit, I would have blown up.
Yeah, I wonder,
whole
like,
planet.
canonically, like, what their ages are.
I don't know. We're close, I feel like. So the Jedi come into the room, and of course Jar Jar Binks is like, my friends. He's like freaking out.
He calls him his palos.
He's like kissing them on the forehead and shit. Yeah, his palos.
His palos. Misa
and
palos are
he's
here.
like, hey, Amidala, you remember these guys? And she's like, yeah, Jar Jar, thanks.
Thank you, I do. Actually, she doesn't
Yeah.
recognize Anakin at first.
Yeah, she's like, oh, hey, Obi-Wan, nice mullet. And then she's like, oh, Anakin, you've grown so much.
He literally stutters over calling her hot.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, you're for a senator, you're cute.
You look better. You're more beautiful. Not that you weren't beautiful.
And then she straight up rejects him in front of everyone. She's like, you'll always be that little boy I knew on Tatooine.
Yeah, but she really had to put him in his place. Like, he's so inappropriate.
I mean,
time and place, Anakin. He's not very secretive. He's not very good.
Anakin doesn't know the word subtle. Never heard it in his life,
and Anakin
actually.
have so much in common. I think we'd be really good friends. So basically, Padme is like, yeah, someone's trying to kill me. And Obi-Wan's like, we're here to protect you. And Anakin's like, we are going to find who's trying to kill you.
Okay, but also Anakin argues and he's like, we're not hired help. Like, we're not security. Like, we're above this. We're Jedi.
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
we're
it's
better.
implied that we're going to figure out who's trying to attack you.
Yeah,
and Obi-Wan is like, I'm the boss. And no, we are literally just here for protection, not to investigate.
Fully.
I feel like that's the thing, though, is like when your kid is rebelling, you have to let it go.
Gentle parent.
Kind of. No, you have to like
Obi-Wan
let it go.
was gentle parenting.
He was
Anakin.
not. He was like, you're gonna fucking listen to me, and like embarrassing him in front of his like future wife, bro. Like that's what he wants, the attention. You can't give him the attention he wants.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, Amidala's like, well, I'm gonna fucking go. Y'all are annoying.
Yeah.
Anakin is upset that Padme doesn't remember him. He literally laments about it for like 20 minutes. I'm not kidding. And he's like, yeah, all I've thought about is her for 10 years.
It's a long time.
Okay, babe, that's really dramatic. Like, you've had other thoughts, I hope. Like, he really made it seem like only thought Padme.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that is.
So Obi-Wan tells Anakin not to focus on the negative because it'll only let the dark side in. And Anakin's kind of...
I think the dark side would take me just like immediately.
Yeah. My anxiety and depression just like I can't help it.
Like I
have negative thoughts.
Like, how are y'all not negative? Like, people who are positive, like something's wrong with you. Like,
no, they're just not mentally ill.
Oh, what's that like?
I wish I knew.
I don't know either.
There's an assassin.
Zam.
It's
Z-A-M.
Oh, I thought it was Z-E-M.
It doesn't matter. One of us was wrong.
I guess I'm laughing.
Sorry.
Okay, so while the Jedi Council and Padme and the Chancellor are having their conversation, there's an assassin being hired. Zam, whatever. I met her at Star Wars Weekends one year.
Yeah.
I have a really cool picture with her. Anyway, she's given these little like centipede ass bitches that are like very poisonous to assassinate someone. And that someone is Senator Amidala.
Right.
Which we're 10 minutes into this movie and she's had 2 assassination attempts. Like, that's
really
kind of crazy.
Dead. I wonder why. Like,
because they know that she's like
that bitch.
Yeah, and I mean,
she's keeping the Republic together.
Yeah, like, spoiler alert again. They say like towards the end that like 95% of the Senate are like under control of, you know, the bad guys. So she's not, and she's like kind of the smartest of all of them.
Gotcha.
So
makes sense.
Yeah, so Zam gives the bugs to a droid, and the droid drills a hole in her window.
Yeah, she's like sleeping.
Yeah, and
you didn't say that part.
I was getting to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Obi-Wan and Anakin are supposed to be watching over Padme, and her and Anakin came up with a really bad idea to use herself as bait, and they covered her cameras, which like why?
But you know what I'm thinking though? Like, she knows she's bait. She just fell asleep peacefully that night. She's just laying in bed peacefully.
But then also like, why would you cover the cameras? Like, even if they knew that there were like, I don't know. Like, the attempt still would have been made. I don't think it would have mattered. And
R2 was in there also.
Yeah, R2 was in there scanning to alert for bad guys.
Great job.
Yeah.
Great job, R2. R2 was also like sleeping though. I was like, do you need to do
No,
that?
he was scanning.
Yeah, but at one point he like scanned the room and then he like turned off. Like,
yeah.
do you need to be like, what do you need sleep? Like,
I don't know.
happening?
We get another 20-minute
I'm like really struggling. I don't know like where this came from. I'm like literally dying.
No, I am too. That's what I said
wonder if it's
earlier.
Goose.
That's what I said earlier. I'm like really like I can't breathe. My nose is like
What
really
the
itchy.
fuck? Did some hay get in here?
You think we have like hay fever? Like hay fever is crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like really...
I feel like I just fucking French kissed a dog. Like I am like literally dying.
I'm very itchy. I took a Benadryl before we started recording.
Oh really? You're gonna be asleep like by
No.
45 minutes in?
No, I wish I would be.
Oh really? Oh okay.
No.
Not same.
Anyway, we get another like 20-minute conversation of Anakin talking about how all he can think about is Padme.
We get it.
Obi-Wan pretty much reminds him he has to stay a virgin. He's like, you can't. He says you made a pact and a promise to the Jedi Order. Like you can't have thoughts like that and you can't be with her. So like you need to forget about it.
Mindlessly fuck somebody.
No. They're not allowed to form like personal connections.
That's why I said mindlessly fuck somebody. That's not a personal
It wouldn't be
connection.
mindless though, because he's very obviously obsessed with her.
Okay, but I'm speaking not of Anakin. I'm saying is Yoda a virgin? Is Mace Windu a virgin? Is the guy with the ponytail a virgin?
They could have fucked like before
not that
they
there's
became
anything
Jedi.
wrong with that. It's fine.
Virginity is a social construct, so like you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's crazy that they never got to experience that.
In their religion of the Jedi Order. They don't want them to have personal connections.
Like,
yeah.
All right, well, whatever. That's kind of lame.
The poisonous centipedes are in the room, and R2 doesn't like see them when he scans, and they almost kill Amidala.
Yeah,
but Anakin and Obi-Wan like sense them in the room, like right before they kill her. Like not the whole time they were in there, just like right before they actually were gonna kill her. Okay, so the centipedes almost kill Padme. Anakin jumps on the bed and lightsabers the centipedes, and then she wakes up like after. And I'm like, you didn't wake up when he jumped on your bed? Obi-Wan jumps out of the window and latches on to the droid that is now trying to fly away. Now he's like floating around the city on this fucking droid.
Yup.
That's going back to Zim Zam.
Zim Zam shoots down the droid when she sees Obi-Wan's like attached to it. And then Anakin steals a speeder. I was just going to go with car. Anakin steals a speeder and catches Obi-Wan, and then they're chasing Zim Zam on her speeder.
It's literally like, I would say maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah,
of
it's
this.
a super long chase. And Anakin's just not listening to anything Obi-Wan is saying. And Obi-Wan is like pushing him. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, he keeps telling him he's doing everything wrong. So it's just like, Anakin's just like, I'm sorry. That's Anakin's fucking catchphrase. I'm sorry.
He literally says, I'm sorry.
Take a shot every time he says, I'm sorry. You'd be faded by the end of this movie. He says, I'm sorry, probably like 10, 20 times.
Maybe that's the issue is like Obi-Wan keeps telling him not to have negative thoughts, but he only ever gets like negative, like.
That's what I'm saying.
What is it?
It's that thing where it's like,
instead of positive reinforcement, he's getting negative reinforcement.
Yeah, like he is only ever
told what not to do
on.
And what he's doing wrong.
Yeah, I guess who's the only person that's gassing him up? Fucking Palpatine.
Yep.
Bro, it's all bad. Bad news bears.
Anakin literally says this chase is going on too long. And I was like, oh my God, somebody else recognizes it too.
Wait.
He tries to take a shortcut to...
yeah. No, yeah. That's good.
Shortcut. He tries to take a shortcut to catch up to her. They lose her, but he didn't actually lose her. He jumps from their fucking speeder onto like her speeder. And
like from a million feet in the air.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan's like, I fucking hate when he does that. And then he shoots her control panel. They land, and then he gives chase on foot in this place that they're at. She runs into like a gambling den.
It's a club.
Okay.
They literally call it the club.
Okay. Well,
Obi-Wan's like, we know she's in the club. so we can calm down now. She can't leave the club.
And Anakin is like, yeah, the assassin is a she, and I'm pretty sure she's a changeling, which means she can just change what she looks like, which is pretty fucking dope.
Yup. And then they go inside the club, and Obi-Wan's like, use the Force, find her. Anyway, Obi-Wan finds her, not Anakin.
Yeah, because he sneaks up and tries to kill him.
Yeah, and he like cuts her arm off. They drag
they
her
do
ass
that a lot.
outside. Well, they have lightsabers, so it's easy to cut off an arm.
Yeah.
It's probably the easiest thing to cut off. They drag her outside. They start questioning her. She's like, I ain't telling you shit. And then she's about to say the name of the person who hired her, and then she gets darted in the neck, turns back into a really ugly alien looking thing, and dies. Yeah.
And they see a bounty hunter leave.
Yeah. Apparently what she said in her little alien language was bounty hunter slime ball.
Oh, okay.
According to George.
Okay.
That was in the fun facts.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, it was a bounty hunter.
Dying words.
Yeah,
bounty hunter slime ball.
That's gonna be my final words.
I want to
too.
say something crazy before I croak, bro.
Okay. Like what?
I don't know. Like I'm gonna I don't know. Like give coordinates or something to like nothing though. Just so I don't fuck with people one last time, you know.
Coordinates to nothing is wild.
Or like admit to something I actually didn't do, you know?
Like I am the Zodiac killer.
No, because that's like provable. Like something like wild. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where I'm at when I'm about to die, and then, you know.
So the Jedi Council says that Padme needs to hide out, and they are gonna have Anakin watch her, which is like a really bad idea.
Yeah, like he's literally like the worst Padawan.
And he's like obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Like it's not
like they're kind of dumb. And then Obi-Wan's gonna go find the bounty hunter.
Yeah. But Anakin, who like obviously is obsessed with her and knows her really well, is like she's not gonna hide out. Like she's not gonna agree to it. And they're like, well, we'll have the Chancellor order her to hide out.
So Anakin goes and talks to Palpatine and is like, hey, you have to like make Padme do this. And he's like, okay, I'll sign an executive order. So
yeah, and that's
literally what they do.
And this is also when he tells Anakin, like, you're so talented. You're
gonna be the best ever. You're stronger than everybody. You're smarter than everybody. You're hotter than everybody.
Yeah.
Like, Palpatine's like gassing him the fuck up.
Yeah. Which
as he should. Just kidding.
Is bad.
This is when Amidala tells Jar Jar, like, hey, you are gonna go to the Senate in my place.
Really good choice there.
Padme, are you fucking bald? Like,
yeah.
Anybody else?
No.
Raise your hand. Anybody.
Like
or just don't show up. Like,
the bridesmaid girl who's your like second or whatever.
Yeah, Rose.
Like your
Send Rose.
Yeah, I feel like she would be a better choice.
When Anakin and Amidala leave, she like says bye to her and she's like, I'll miss you. They're like besties.
That's her best friend.
I guess so.
Obi-Wan tells Yoda and Mace Windu that he doesn't think that Anakin is ready for his own mission, and they're like, well, he has to do it at some point. And like this is a good opportunity for him to prove himself. And Obi-Wan's like, I think this is a bad idea.
Obi-Wan's like, he's absolutely not ready for this.
He's like, he doesn't listen. He doesn't follow rules, and that's not going to change yet. And they're like, well, if it's not going to change, then he can't become a Jedi. So,
and then Amidala and Anakin are talking, and he's basically like just trauma dubbing on her. He's like, yeah, I want to do the trials. I know I'm ready. Like, I'm better, but everybody thinks I'm too like childish and I like don't listen, blah blah.
He literally
he sounds like a child as
he quite literally says it's not fair.
Yeah, he's like throwing it down.
It's unfair.
Yeah, but she's talking about too. She's like, I don't like the idea of hiding, but if I have to, I will.
We have to do is like best for like.
They're like immediately like best friends though. They just like literally are telling each other their deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah, he like stares at her. And like is like hitting on her again, and she's like, "Don't look at me like that." It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, which is like that's what you say when you want a man to leave you alone. You're making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, but he doesn't listen. He just keeps staring at her like a fucking creep.
Well, no, she's like, "Please don't look at me like that." And he says, "Why?" Like, ew.
And and she says,
making me uncomfortable.
"You're making me uncomfortable."
And he lets it go. He's like, "All right, sorry."
No, he kept staring at her. Amidala said, I also choose the bear over the man.
Oh, man. Anyway, they leave. Obi-Wan goes to a diner and visits a guy.
Wait, I do have to say this.
You talking about the tram ride?
No.
Oh.
When Anakin and Amidala are leaving, Obi-Wan is saying that he's worried about like Anakin fucking around, and then Amidala's second. I guess he's like the head of her security or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, can that guy go instead of Jar Jar?
Yeah, I don't know.
Else?
And he's like, I'm worried about Padme. Like she does some dumb shit, and I said that Anakin and Padme are the king and queen of fuck around and find out.
They really are.
Neither of them listen to anybody else.
No.
They both have like people that they're supposed to like adhere to and like listen to their
like,
counsel.
"Nar."
And every single time, both of them are like,
They're so cute.
I actually didn't hear what you said at all.
They're so cute.
King and queen of fuck around and find out.
They really are. Okay, Obi-Wan goes to see this guy who like runs a diner.
His name is Dex.
Yeah, he's like a fat, gross alien. Like he's like icky.
I think he's like an old like
I think he probably like used to be like a bounty hunter or
or something.
whatever Han Solo did.
Yeah,
kind of
smuggler.
deal. Yeah, he was doing one of those kinds.
Yeah.
of things. Something like not exactly legal or
Yeah.
illegal, you know. And he basically brings him the dart that killed Tic Tac, and he's like, "Hey, where did this
Zim.
dart come from? What was it?
Zim Zam.
Zim Zam." That was close with Tic Tac. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this is definitely a Camino saber dart." And Camino's like a planet or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
a
it's-
solar system.
Yeah, it's like
don't know what it is.
a planetary solar system.
A
That,
planetary solar system?
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
Miss Frizzle. A planetary solar system.
yeah. And he's like, yeah, it's outside of the outer rim, so it's like far
Yeah.
as fuck.
And he literally says the people of Camino like money and manners. And I was like, okay, they sound fun.
Yeah.
So Obi-Wan goes to look it up in like the fucking Jedi computer.
Yeah.
And the Jedi computer's like, no, this doesn't exist. Then he asks the librarian bitch, and she's like, if it's not there, it doesn't exist. And he's like,
That's
okay,
kinda
why am I
weird.
asking the fuck ass librarian? So then he goes to Yoda, and Yoda's like teaching a class of like 10-year-olds. And yes.
Okay, so I have a question.
Uh
Okay, you know how kids nowadays, because they watch like Bluey or Peppa Pig, like sound British or like Australian? Do you think all these Padawans
Are gonna be, like, talking like
backwards
Yoda?
talking like
No.
Yoda? They're like,
No.
ice cream I want.
Yeah, maybe. Well, at one point, Yoda is like, hey kid, will you open the blinds or whatever? Or close the blinds because they're gonna like look at the solar system. And this kid's name is fucking Liam. Like my favorite Jedi is fucking Liam, bro. Little Liam.
Legal name is fucking Liam, by the way.
Bro, Liam is just like the randomest name that they gave this young Jedi. It's so funny to me, and I don't know why. Like their names
It's
are
so
all
normal.
Yoda, Mace Windu, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme. Oh, Liam.
Liam?
What's the fucking aunt's name? Fucking Peru or whatever.
I think it's Beru. B-E-R-U.
Whatever.
Yeah. And then there's
Liam.
Liam. But he
Liam?
does it.
Shmi. Liam.
Yeah.
So he closes the blinds, and Yoda is like, hey kids, why do you think this planet is not on the map? And I think it's Liam, honestly.
I wasn't paying
He's
that
like,
close of
somebody
attention.
erased it. And Yoda's like, exactly. And I'm like, bro,
You had to have
Obi-Wan,
fucking
you had a bunch
child-
of fucking 10-year-olds tell you that somebody just deleted the planet out of the database. And then Obi-Wan's like, well, that means a Jedi must have deleted it out of the database. And Yoda's like, yeah, we got a big problem here.
Something's
We
happening.
got a big problem here.
Something's fucked up.
Sounds like we got a bad guy amongst us. We got to figure this shit out.
And while Obi-Wan and Yoda are like getting shit done with the fucking kids, Padme and Anakin are on a fucking date.
Brunch, yeah.
They're on a little picnic.
They're having like R2 go get them shit from the buffet. Like he's their
Dude.
fucking slave or some shit.
Yeah, and then they
I
have
guess he is a droid.
Yeah, they have a whole conversation where he's like, yeah, I'm not allowed to form attachments or like be in love. And
He
she's
says
like,
he's not allowed, but he doesn't care.
no, he literally is like, but I don't care. Like I'm my own
Yeah.
person. Like I'm going to make my own choices. Like because I think they're correct. And then he once again comes on so strong and he's like, I dream about you. I've dreamt about you every day for 10 years. Like, bro, back
Yeah.
it up. Pump the brakes. She gets it.
Yup.
Wild.
Yup.
And then they make it to Naboo, Anakin,
Naboo.
and Padme, and he's like, oh, I heard that you were such a good ruler that they tried to like change the rules so you could like be queen past your
Us with Obama.
2 terms. Yeah. And she's
We're like, Obama is the king of America.
he literally is.
We're backtracking.
She's like, no, like as much as I appreciated my people feeling that way about me, I was like glad to be done with my term. She was like, I was definitely young and I know a lot more now than I did. But when the current queen was like, hey, be on the Senate, she was like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't say no.
I love politics.
So Anakin and Padme meet up with the now queen of Naboo and then her council.
Yeah.
And the queen is kind of dumb. I'm sorry, but she's like, yeah, we need to trust in the Republic and trust in democracy because if we don't trust in it, then it's never going to work. But like, clearly that's not correct because some fucky wucky shit is going on.
Yeah, they talk about the Trade Federation and Stephen and Chris. They talk about Stephen and Chris.
Yeah, so
Anakin like argues with Padme too, like in front of the queen.
Yeah, because she's like, okay, I think the best place for us to hide out is in the Lake Country because it's secluded and I know it well, and it's hard to get to, and we would know that someone's coming because it's so secluded.
And Anakin tries to talk over her, and she's like,
yeah, she literally is like, shut the fuck up. She's like, I live here, and the reason we're here is because I know this place so well, and we're gonna do what I say. And he said.
He tried to interrupt her again.
Yeah.
Anakin's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's not good.
She's like, I'm talking. Mommy's talking.
Mommy's talking is crazy.
Padme in front of the queen. No.
Not another
I'm
word.
talking.
Anyway, Obi-Wan arrives on Kamino.
The deleted planet.
Yeah.
The F5's planet.
The F5 planet. And there's like the aliens that live there are like really cunty. Tall. They're like what, 10 feet tall? Like they're fucking tall ass bitches.
Oh, yeah, they're like double the size of
Super
Obi-Wan.
Skinny. And like the one that's leading Obi-Wan around is like swaying. Like she's cunty.
They walk really fucking slow for tall people though.
Well, because her legs are so long. Like one step is like 5 for a human.
I guess you're right. They're trying to be like polite.
She's fucking strolling.
If she walked at like a normal pace, you're so right. She walked at a normal pace.
Yeah.
She'd be like 10 feet ahead of him in like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. So they were expecting Obi-Wan.
They were expecting a Jedi.
Yeah. And Obi-Wan's like, I didn't even know this place existed. So that's crazy. The leader is Lama Su. He's another really...
Llama?
Yeah,
nice.
Lama Su. And he's like, hey, we had an order from some Jedi.
I think it's, hold on,
it was like Daisu Fin or Daifu Sin or something like that.
Sifo Dias?
I had all the letters in there just in the wrong order.
Sifo Dias.
Okay,
you can say it however you want because it's Star Wars and nobody knows what the fuck they're saying. So I think it was Sifo Dias?
A Jedi Master 10 years ago was like, hey, I want you to create this clone army.
A million bitches strong.
Yeah. But that current Jedi is dead. He was 10
years before he was murdered.
Yeah. And they created a clone army for the Republic, and they used the DNA from an exceptional bounty hunter, Jango Fett.
Yep. And all Jango Fett wanted was like $1 million and one of the clones.
Yeah, one of the clones, but unaltered. So like all the clones, obviously, because they're being raised to go to war. First of all, their growth is accelerated.
Yeah. And
then they obviously go through like rigorous training for war. And he was like, I want one for myself without the accelerated.
Yeah, he's sad.
He wanted, And it's literally a clone of himself. Like it's...
Yeah, imagine like watching yourself grow up. That's kind of weird. Think about it.
That's meta as fuck.
Yeah. Do you think he raised him from like a baby or did they come out like 10?
Yeah, they're on like test tubes, like rolling around. Honestly, crazy that they just like created a whole army of people.
Yeah, they were like, let's just make 2 million people. There's like groups though. There's like the first 200,000, they're like adults. They're ready to go. And then there's like another group of 200,000 and they're like 10.
Yeah.
They're like learning how to read or some shit.
So the next, like, I don't know, hour of this is bouncing back and forth constantly between Naboo and Kamino and like whatever Obi-Wan is doing. So back on Naboo at the lake, they arrive at the lake house, Anakin and Padme, and she's like, I love being here. I love swimming in the water. I love going up on
she's
like
talking
the
about
sand.
her childhood.
Yeah, she's like, you
and
go up on
Anakin's
the beach and chill out. And he's like, I hate sand. It's coarse. It's disgusting. It gets everywhere. Which like, same babe. I hate sand. I get it. But like,
he's such a negative Nancy.
Yeah, she literally is talking about all these things that she loves about this place, and he's just like, fuck sand, fuck the beach, fuck the water.
Yeah, he likes soft things. Like Padme.
Yeah, he like touches her and then they make out. And she's like, I actually shouldn't have done that. And you know what Anakin says? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
His catchphrase.
She's like, sorry, I shouldn't have made out with you. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He really does say it so much.
Yeah. And then they go on.
I don't think he means it though.
No, he definitely doesn't. I think that's what I'm saying. It's like a trained response. It's like he's like Pavlov to like apologize for everything he's doing, but he doesn't mean it. And I think that's another reason why like he turned so easily is because he was never taught to like genuinely like feel apologetic. He was just told to apologize. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like it's a trauma response. He's not like, he doesn't mean it.
Cut back to Obi-Wan on Kamino, and the tall guy is like, yeah, clones are better than droids because, you know, droids like can't really think for themselves. They're just kind of fucking dumb. So if we have a bunch of these clones, like people you just, you know, like get murdered, but they can actually like think and shit.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks for them though. Like,
no,
they're like legit kind of people.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
And there's a whole TV show about them, by the way.
And Obi-Wan's like, I want to meet this Django fat guy. He sounds cool. And the tall guy's like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we can sure do that.
Cut to Naboo.
In the lake country again.
Yep. Yeah. Anakin and Padme are having a picnic.
They're having a little picnic.
It's my favorite part of the movie. They argue about politics.
Okay, yeah, but like also I feel like this part is very much foreshadowing. Because he literally says, like, I think one person should be like in control of like the whole universe
and make everybody listen to what they say.
And she's like, "Who, you?" And he said, "I don't know."
And then she's like, "Are you teasing me?" And he's like,
"Yeah,
yeah." No, I'm kidding.
He does like he looks at the camera like in the office and he's like,
yeah,
I'm for sure joking.
No, I'm just totally joking. Should I be joking about that?
She's like, that's a dictatorship. And he's like, whatever you want to
call
it.
That's called? Write that down.
Dictatorship.
Anakin rides like an alien cow thingy and he falls off of it and he pretends that he's hurt. And then like, you know, Padme runs over and she's like, oh my God, are you okay? And he's laughing.
And then they roll around in the grass.
They roll in the grass. And I'm
itchy thinking
maybe
about
that's
that.
why we're itchy.
From just watching them roll around in the grass.
Maybe it is. That's so cute. That was like my favorite scene.
And then she straddles
and their song
him.
is playing in the background. Every time their song played, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Their song.
And then she straddles
People get
him.
married to that a lot. And I'm like,
yeah.
Their relationship is incredibly troubling. I don't think that's what you should be getting married to.
It's a pretty song, though. So back to Obi-Wan. He goes to meet Django. Little baby Boba Fett answers the door.
Little Boba Fett looks like the fucking crankiest kid.
Yeah.
He?
No, he's like
that kid looks like he would take my lunch money.
Like a permanent scowl on his face.
Yeah. He looks like he could beat me up.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan asks Django, like, hey, do you know the Jedi who hired you? And Django's like, no, I wasn't hired by a Jedi. And then he says something to Boba in like another language, and Boba like goes and closes a door in their like little house because his whole Beskar suit is in there. His whole bounty hunter suit is just like chilling in there. And
Obi-Wan's not stupid. I mean,
no. Well, Obi-Wan literally was like, "Hey, have you been to this planet? You know, recently?" And he's like, "Maybe."
He's like, "I don't know."
Maybe. He literally just got back from like murdering Zim Zam. So
then he just murdered Zim Zam.
Yeah.
Like a day before.
Yeah.
Bruh. He asked about Sifo Diaz, however you want to say it. Did I just say it the same way 3 times?
No.
It felt like I did.
Yeah, but he's like, yeah, I don't know who that is. That's not who hired me.
The guys just told him that that's who hired him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know who that is.
And mind you, cunty alien is just standing there dead silent, not
She's like,
saying anything.
Manners and money.
That's all I care about.
Only 2 pillars.
Yeah.
If you had 2 pillars, what would they be?
Like that I expect from other people?
No, just like 2 things that are like the most important to you in the entire world.
I don't know. Patience.
Oh.
Like towards me, I'm saying, because like, yeah. And then I don't know. What are
That's
yours?
it? Just patience?
I'll think on it.
I'm torn kind of like between 3 things.
Okay,
Not
what are
really
they?
4. But I was thinking like either music and comedy. I wish I could like combine some stuff. And then I was gonna say like Bud Light and marijuana.
Oh, I was thinking like more prophetic than that. Like,
That's as prophetic as I want to be.
okay.
I'm really, I'm really easy. I don't know. I feel like what would I miss more, laughing or music? That's really hard for me. I'm just gonna pick comedy and
Yeah, I think
laughter and music.
I like that.
I can do those without Bud Light and marijuana.
That's true.
Those are just more.
I
Those
feel like
just make
laughter's
it
a good
more
one.
fun.
I like laughter because
Yeah.
like if you can't make me laugh, then like fuck you. Okay. And then yeah, I don't know for my other one. I don't.
Yeah, money would be nice, but that's how much I don't care about money. Manners is.
I mean, I guess like
like
like money is nice, but like I don't have it now, so it's not like imperative that I have it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like
Yeah.
the end of the
What
world.
do you think
if
them
I...
aliens are spending all that money on?
What do you mean?
Like that tall guy and that tall girl alien.
They're giving it to Jacob.
No.
But they got paid by.
Yeah, they
the
got
Jedi
paid by Sifo Diaz. Just making his name up.
I don't
Somebody's
know.
gonna be like, these bitches are so dumb.
Well, we are. We
What are
never
they doing
claimed
with
we
all that
weren't.
money? I want to know now. I want to ask them what they need.
They're
that
buying
money
those
for.
cunty little outfits they're wearing.
I know, but after where are they wearing the cunty little outfits to?
Down up and
You
down
think they
those
just, like-
halls. They're just runwaying it. Up and down the halls of the. They're having runway shows in the middle of the. What else are they doing? Like, are they
That's
training?
what I'm saying. No.
Is it
that's
just
what
the 2 of them?
saying. No, I think there's probably other ones there, but that's what I mean. Like, what the fuck are they doing with all that money? Do you think like they're gonna go somewhere after, like retire somewhere nice?
Like they're gonna
Like
go to Naboo.
France?
Oh,
Yeah, or Naboo. That's fine too. Yeah, they're just gonna go to Naboo and live out the rest of their days tall and rich.
yeah. Why
All
not?
right. Big and rich. The new big and rich.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan leaves because he's like, okay, well, I'm
They
not getting
take up knitting.
any I'm not getting any information out of you. And then Django looks at Boba and he's like, pack your shit, we gotta go.
Yeah.
We're fucked. Our cover has been blown. We gotta go.
Then we cut back to Anakin and Padme.
More flirting.
Anakin, they're having dinner. Anakin like levitates her pear over to him and like cuts it for her.
My favorite of this whole
I'm
movie
like-
is her picking it up and then eating it, and she eats it so weird because it's CGI. So she just goes
And it's
like
also
her
just,
tongue
like,
comes out for no reason. Nobody eats like that, babe.
Why are you cutting her pear for her? That's like the easiest thing I can possibly
Well,
think of to cut.
he's showing off his like use of the Force, and he literally
I
says
can
like,
think of a million better ways to get you off the force on that dinner
Takes her
table.
dress off?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
unhooks her bra with no hands. He literally is like, oh yeah, Obi-Wan be so grumpy if he saw I was doing
He literally
this.
calls him grumpy. Obi-Wan is not grumpy. Obi-Wan's a good dad.
Yeah,
He's a good dad.
yeah.
Like you're
He's a
piece
little
of shit.
negative, but
Yeah,
I
like, he should
mean,
probably give you more positive reinforcement. But
yeah. So Anakin's like waxing poetic at fucking
yeah, they're
Padme.
having like a late night chat in the dark corner of her room on the couch, and I'm
Yeah.
like, y'all are putting yourselves in terrible situations.
And she's literally like, we can't like have our feelings like get in the way of like everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, so you have feelings for me? You just said it. Like
And she's like, I'm a politician.
Mhm.
You're a Jedi.
yeah, she's like, it's not just our future we're thinking of. It's literally the future of like the whole universe, which like ironically
They're
is
so
true.
full of themselves, but,
But,
yeah.
like, It turns out to be quite literally true in so many
Yeah.
ways. Like they changed quite literally the whole galaxy.
Yeah, he is very poetic though. It's very
Yeah,
sweet. And then he's like, why don't we be secret lovers? And I was
Yeah.
like, I think that's a great idea. And she's like, that's never gonna work.
Yeah, she says I couldn't be like quiet about like our relationship if we had one.
Yeah, me either.
At
Girl.
one point, he literally says, "I'm not rational."
Yeah. She's like, we wouldn't be able to be rational. And he's like, I'm already not.
Yeah,
I
like
don't-
nothing. That would change nothing for
I
me.
think we should be secret lovers.
Well, they're not
They don't do that
yet. Obi-Wan is about to leave. He goes to his speeder and
he's trying to call Yoda on the phone.
Okay, no, he literally, to transmit the message, he says, put in a transmission to the old folks home.
And it's really? I missed that.
So you were in the bathroom.
Aww,
he literally says, call the
Yoda.
old folks home. He tells them about, I do have it here, Saifu Diaz. I did write it down somewhere.
I just don't know how to say it.
Who cares?
I think you nailed it.
Mace
good.
tells Yoda that they need to inform the Senate that they like don't have control over the Force anymore.
Yep.
That like the Force is betraying. So the Force is supposed to have like balance. That's the whole point of the Force.
I don't think anyone is reading the Force well these days.
And the scales are tipping in favor of the dark side. And it's not supposed to do that. So they're panicked. But Yoda, honestly, is really smart. He's like, we can't tell anyone this because we already, like, the dark side already knows, obviously, that they have more power than us. We can't let other people know that we're doing bad because then they're going to try and use that against us.
Yeah.
Which is a good plan because the Senate is really the worst people they could tell.
Yeah. E.T.
Yeah,
E.T. on the Senate.
E.T. is there.
He's basically like, will you bring the bounty hunter in? We got to interrogate him. So that is Obi-Wan's new mission.
Mm-hmm.
Bring the bounty hunter in.
Mm-hmm.
Cut back to Anakin and Padme. Padme meets Anakin like in the morning on the balcony. He had a fucking nightmare about his mom.
When he's not dreaming about Padme, he's having nightmares about his mom.
Yeah, Padme's hair looks so good in this scene. Like,
oh yeah,
she has the best hair. I know
truly.
it's probably extensions, but it looks so good.
It's so beautiful. Like the curls are perfect. The way it's like done up, stunning.
And Anakin's like, I heard my mom screaming, and she was like, it's just a nightmare. And he's like, I feel like it was real. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like my mom is being tortured or some shit, and I need to go to her.
Yeah.
And Padme's like, well, okay.
She's like, all right, let's go.
I'm bored here at the lake house.
I'm packed. When are we leaving?
Yeah. She's like, oh, I already packed our bags. They're in the speeder or whatever.
I'm ready to go. Okay, cut back to Obi-Wan for the 900th time. He catches Jango and Boba trying to leave. Him and Jango have like the world's longest fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like it goes on for far too long.
They fight in the rain. It's a good fight though.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But it's, it's a fight. Boba readies their ship to leave.
Boba's iconic, bro. He's the smartest 10-year-old. He's smarter than Anakin.
No, for sure. For sure.
They're equally talented young men.
Jango knocks Obi-Wan like off the side of the hangar.
I wasn't going to say all that.
And then Obi-Wan comes running back around and throws a tracker onto Jango's ship.
Yeah.
So he can track them and follow them.
And he does.
He does. Back to Anakin and Amidala. They land on Tatooine and Anakin goes to, they're in like a hired like hack, like, like the ones you take in like Vegas.
Yup.
Or like downtown. Buggy. Yeah. And it's being like drugged by a droid. Tick. Yes, exactly. Anakin goes up to his old owner. Watu. He's like, hey, what happened to Shmi? And he's like,
I sold that bitch.
I sold her to a man named Lars, who is a moisture farmer, like way out in the desert.
That ended my life.
And they got married. So he was like, he bought her for like good things at least. Like I told you I would, not hurt your mom. And I guess I held that
her
promise.
Love, so respectfully, you're welcome.
Yeah. And then he's like,
what is a moisture farmer?
They're in the desert.
George?
They're in the desert. So there's probably not any water.
Yeah, but where are they farming? I think
like down in like down, like they're drilling into the ground. And it's probably like the most boring job in the world. So that's why there's probably not a lot of them. And they also probably make fucking bank.
Boring job sounds really good right about now.
No, yeah, for sure. Back to Boba and Jango. They are flying to an unknown planet and being followed by Obi-Wan. They realize that they're being tracked. Boba actually, because he's smart as fuck, realizes that they're being tracked, and they start throwing seismic bombs at Obi-Wan.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing pretty fucking hard.
Lots of foreshadowing.
Dodges them all. But then Jango and Boba like end up behind him and are shooting at him, and he's like, I fucking hate flying. This is why I keep Anakin around, because he's good at this.
Doesn't like
shit.
to fly.
They throw a rocket at him that like can follow his ship, but he tricks the rocket missile thing by letting go of his like spare parts.
Yeah.
So they think it's part of the ship and it blows it up.
Yeah, and then he hides behind a
Meteor
or whatever, a floating rock.
comet.
That's a meteor, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel pretty strongly about calling that a meteor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the Feds think that they got him and he's dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he spots a Federation ship.
A couple of them.
Yeah, so
He's like-
lands on the planet that's nearby.
Yeah. He's like, this is kind of sus.
And he's like, yo, Steven and Chris are here somewhere.
Yeah.
Them fucking boys are here somewhere.
We knew that they were trouble when they walked in.
Yeah.
Did you like that? I know you love Taylor Swift.
Cut back to. I actually like that song. It's a good song. There's a Pop Goes Punk version though. I listen to that one all
That's
the
so
time.
true.
I don't remember which band it is off the top of my head.
Off the top of the dome.
Off the top of the dome. We
I don't
Came as
know anything.
Romans, maybe? I can't remember. Okay, cut back to Tatooine. Anakin and Padme show up on Lars's fucking moisture farm.
Which looks weirdly really familiar.
Yeah. Does it?
Yeah, it's where Luke is raised.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the context of what we've already seen.
No.
Oh, bitch. Duh. Duh. Except for Lars doesn't raise him.
It's Lars too.
Well, Lars too. Yeah.
Lars too.
I guess Lars is the last name. Yeah. Lars too. Lars
Yeah, but
II.
he just calls him Lars though.
Yeah.
He introduces himself as Lars.
C-3PO is there.
Yeah.
And he's like, the maker. He's like, oh my God, Dad, it's so good. It's so cute. And he remembers Padme and everything. And he's like, it's so good to see you guys.
I'm not kidding. The droids are my
They're the best
favorite
part of all the
characters,
movies.
especially C-3PO.
C-3PO is literally the funniest person on Earth.
Yeah.
C-3PO is the humor
He's not
in these
on Earth,
movies.
but yeah.
Whatever, in space. So anyway, Anakin, goes with C-3PO to meet the whole gang. It's Clegg, Shmi.
I think it's like Klieg.
Klieg, Lars, and
C-L-E-E.
Shmi, Lars, and then they had a kid named Owen. So Anakin's got a brother. That's pretty fun.
Yeah. Stepbrother.
exciting.
Stepbrother, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess stepbrother.
Because otherwise he'd be like 5 years old.
Still cool though to have a
Yeah.
stepbrother.
Mhm.
And
think he
then
cares, but-
Owen has a girlfriend
Named Baru.
named Bermuda. Peru?
Baru.
Peru.
With a B. Yeah.
It's close all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, Klieg is like, Shmi is my wife. Pretty sure she's dead. Some Tusken Raiders took her. And she was mushroom farming.
I literally like missed the whole thing of why she left like their little farm. And
I was like, I
asked
think she
Melissa,
went mushroom
She
farming.
said Shmi was foraging mushrooms or some shit.
And
That's a
Kat was
direct
like,
quote.
I
And I
don't
said,
think that's accurate.
I don't think that's correct. And then we were on to, and it actually was correct.
Shmi was looking for shrooms.
There's like mushrooms that
And-
grow on some like old parts that are like out in the fucking desert.
She is innovative. She's doing what people are not. She is the
Well, now
tits.
she's
Yeah, I guess 30 people from their village. Where's their village? Don't know. Somewhere nearby, I hope. 30 people went to go look for her and 4 came back and Klieg lost his leg.
yeah. So
So-
clearly the Tusken Raiders got
They
got
really
one up
fucking
on them.
wanted Shmi for some reason. That's really weird.
Yeah. Anakin
Now
is
we know that Dooku paid them.
Oh yeah,
take her.
which no, yeah.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah. Anakin is like, well, I'm gonna go fight my mom. Thanks for the info.
Yup.
Padme is like, I'm gonna stay behind with Lars. And
He kind of tells her she has no choice.
yeah.
He's like, you got to stay here. These are nice people. That's what he says.
Yeah.
They're
Nice
good
enough
people. They're not going to.
Nice enough to, I don't know, raise our kids maybe one day. Maybe. So he gets on a speeder and goes out into the middle of the desert. And this part is so crazy. This is what I said when we were watching it. Like the background, like the sun is coming up
So beautiful.
and it's like dark red and like it looks like scary. And I'm like, this is literally his turning point.
yeah, but he
like
looks so hot.
Oh, absolutely.
Like with the sun's behind him.
Oh, yeah.
It's like golden hour.
Yeah, but
And
this
Anakin
is-
looks so tan and so hot.
This is when like it goes bad for him and he
Yeah.
starts like leaning more towards like the dark
I
side.
think he's just bad.
Then
I don't think.
but that's what they were saying. The prophecy is that there is one person who is strong in the force that could literally change the universe by going either way, and this was his turning point. This is where
I think
he
they
went
should have
bad.
kept a better eye on him. Like Yoda, what the fuck? Why would you let him go on this assignment by himself?
No, I agree.
Yoda like fucked up.
Yeah, it was his call.
Never left him alone.
Yeah, because
bro.
Obi-Wan straight up says, "I don't think he's ready," and they should have listened to him.
And
He's
Mace
around
is
him the
like,
most.
Yeah.
Well, back to Obi-Wan.
Yup.
He's sneaking around, spying
On Steven and Chris.
and also
Saruman.
Count Dooku, who is Saruman / Willy Wonka's dad.
I like him best as Willy Wonka's dad.
Mr. Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
A legend.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
So sad. He really is a legend. Obi-Wan is spying on Steven and Chris, and they're the Trade Federation guys, in case you guys forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know their actual names. One of them is Viceroy something.
Viceroy Gunray.
You always say Viceroy. What's up with that?
That's how they say it.
It's just Viceroy.
That's how they say it.
Do they?
Yeah.
I think they have accents. They're the same ones that say Amidala.
No, but like even like Yoda said it, and
I
like
think it's just Viceroy.
okay, Viceroy Gunray.
Okay. That's a pretty sick name.
Gunray.
Is that Steven? Or is
he's
that
like
Chris?
the main one. I think he's the
Is that even Steven and Chris?
It's at least Steven. I don't know if it's Chris.
One of them probably maybe died. I don't know. There's Steven and Chris to me.
Yeah.
Forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then Willy Wonka's dad.
/ Saruman.
Which is Count
Dooku.
Dooku. Like, I swear everybody's just saying shit in this movie. They're just saying whatever names they feel like.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee. They're talking about whatever, fucking Queen Amidala. They're just talking shit, basically. And then we cut back to Tatooine.
Yeah, so Anakin finds his mom strung up, beat to shit in a Tusken Raider camp. She's literally like on her deathbed. So
She's literally on her deathbed though.
Yeah.
Her death floor, because she's on the floor.
Well, he cuts her down. Yeah, she's like literally strung up, and he
Yeah.
cuts her down, and she's like, "Oh my god, my baby Annie."
She basically has time to call him beautiful, and then she dies.
Yeah, she says, "My life is complete. You're beautiful. I love you," and then she dies.
Yeah. Honestly, if your last words to me, you just want to gas me up a little bit, I think I'm okay with that. If you're gonna use your last breath to tell me that I look hot, like fuck.
Yeah,
that's a good mom. Anakin needed his mom.
I really do. He was definitely like a mama's boy.
Mama's boy? Well, he didn't have a dad, so like he like legitimately
literally didn't have a dad.
Like the midichlorians are his dad, I guess. Like really, Shmi's not even his mom.
I know she birthed
the
him.
The midichlorians are his mother and his father.
No, she still birthed him.
Yeah,
that's still his mom,
I guess.
Yeah, so she dies. He gets really mad, and he
Virgin Shmi. What if Mary's name was Shmi instead of Mary?
It's better than Mary.
Yeah. Let's not talk about Jesus
Anakin
today.
kills everyone at the Tusken Raider camp. And by everyone, I don't just mean like the people that kidnapped his mom. I mean everyone, including the women and children who...
Okay, but hear me out. Aren't they all kind of bad, though? Like, I'm still on Anakin's team. Like, they all suck. Their literal whole lives are to, like, steal from people and take their shit.
I guess.
Like, I understand that there's, like, it's probably just the men raiders doing it, but, like, I don't know. They're all bad.
Yeah, but that's not his choice to make. And that's like the whole thing, is that it wasn't his choice to make to be judge and executioner for that entire
we know they're bad.
Village. Okay, but the kids aren't.
Kill them.
Well, he does. He kills everyone. Back to Yoda has a premonition. And is feeling the
I don't think it's a premonition. I think he's like tapping into the force.
Yeah, he hears
it's like a spider web. He can feel like the bad vibrations coming.
He's
from
like
that
Madam
corner.
Web. They're all.
I've not seen Madam Web.
I just know that the whole tagline is they're all like in her web or whatever it is. Everyone is in her web.
I'm in her web.
We are. Everyone is.
I'm never gonna watch that movie. But I like that.
I want to hate watch it really bad.
I
Dakota
like
Johnson.
Girl a lot. Yeah.
I like Dakota Johnson.
She's got
and her merkin.
Her what?
Her merkin. When she was filming 50 Shades of Grey, they had her wear a merkin.
Can you tell me what a merkin is?
Oh yeah, it's fake pubic hair.
Oh, really?
It's like a pubic wig.
She doesn't have pubes.
I think they were just using it to like really cover her down there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
I learned
merkin.
something new today.
Okay.
I thought you were trying to say like Birkin, like a Birkin bag. I'm gonna start calling Birkin bag merkin bags.
My little merkin.
My little merkin. My merkin bag. It's just
you've made it when you can buy a merkin.
If you sewed 2 merkins together,
it would be a Birkin.
How do you glue it on?
Yeah, it's like a wig.
That seems incredibly uncomfortable.
You've got to be like you have to lay your lace.
Yeah, you have to like cut the lace out the top and like lay it so it's the perfect shape. Because all pussies are different,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Back to Star Wars. So sorry, we're talking about Dakota Johnson's work, and I'm really sorry I brought it up. Yeah, Yoda feels the
I've never
the
seen that
change.
movie either. 50 Shades of Grey? I've never seen that.
Never seen it?
I have no desire in this world to
I saw
perceive
it in
that movie.
theaters.
There's no desire.
I've read those books probably more than any other books that I've ever read.
Really? Are they
I've
that
read them
good? Or are
multiple
they
times.
just hot?
No, they're just like, they're kind of dumb. Like, I think they're camp.
Oh.
Like, you can't read them and take them serious. It started out as Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
And it quite literally follows the entire
You
plot
are
of
ratty tatty.
He
What did you get
is.
into? No. You have some on your tummy too. You're embarrassing us.
What is it?
Plant fibers.
Oh my
from
God.
my
And you're like, what? What? You don't even
Why is your
mohawk.
fur like that? Because where were you? Why are you facing the wall?
What do you have to say? He's ashamed of his actions. What did you do?
Where have you been, bro?
Where did that stuff even come from?
The floor. It fell off one of the plants.
So Yoda feels the tilt in the Force, and he's like, oh shit, this is bad. Mace Windu comes and sits next to him, and he was like, I felt the tilt in the Force. Something bad is happening with Anakin. I heard Qui-Gon saying, no, don't do it. So something bad is happening.
Right. That's when Qui-Gon is like, yo, bro,
Yeah.
chill.
So
Chill, my
Yoda knows that the scales are tipping not in their favor, even though they were already not tipping in their favor.
And he knows it's Anakin. So why doesn't he fucking go do something about it?
They have a lot more to
Mace and
to
Yoda
deal
are
with.
just being, I think if they were less lazy, like if they just got up and got their shit together.
Yeah,
like,
they're sitting in their little council seats. Mace is quite literally sitting crisscross applesauce sitting there.
Yoda knew that Anakin was not going to succeed no matter what.
No,
So he tried to like make it as least terrible as possible in the hopes that there would be a new hope someday. Oh my God, a new hope someday. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think they legitimately were reading the prophecy as he could go either way. So that's why we are going to train him as Jedi and hope that he stays on our side. But he doesn't, obviously.
I think Yoda reached deep into the future, saw that Anakin was a lost fucking cause.
You think he like Doctor Stranged it and like
Yeah, I think he maybe like knew.
saw every possibility?
Yeah, maybe he knew that like Padme and Anakin were gonna like have, spoiler alert, have kids, and then their kids would save the cheerleader, save the world. Maybe he knew Anakin was like a lost cause from day one. Like he met that kid and he was like, fuck.
I mean, he kind of was.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
You think he just tried to like manage?
Yeah, like managed. He like minimized the chaos as much as he possibly could.
I mean, he is the strongest Jedi until Anakin, at least.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
that's a really interesting. I never thought about
Hot
that, but you
take?
could be right. Yeah.
Like cause like that's what I'm saying. Like the choices they make, I feel like when they were like, yeah, send him off with Padme, whatever.
Like they knew they were gonna fuck.
Like he knew that like no matter what he was gonna be like bad. Maybe he thought Padme would like save him or something.
I think that's also part of it. He like was hoping that her being who she was and how smart she is, that she would be able to like
It was the
kind
mom.
of pull
It was
him
the mom
back.
thing that did him in.
Yeah, it really was the mom thing. I don't think they expected that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. How could they not feel like? How could they not know that Palpatine's bad? They're like so close to him.
I don't know. That is kind of crazy.
They
They,
seem
like,
very
never-
naive.
They never like, I mean, they constantly say in this movie, especially, they're like, don't trust politicians. Like Obi-Wan says it about
Don't trust a
Palpatine
hoe.
and
Never trust a hoe.
Padme.
Won't trust a hoe.
Don't trust me.
Don't trust me.
Yeah.
That's what Palpatine screaming from the rafters.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's an interesting like take on that.
Back on Tatooine, they bury Shmi. The bag he brings her back in is troubling. Didn't like that.
It's like a blanket that he just like wrapped
It's
her
like a
in.
moldy blanket.
I think it's just got a print on it. I don't think it was
the Tuscans have like a
moldy.
nicely printed sheets.
Yeah.
R2 and C3PO meet. They're best friends now forever.
Yeah, because Obi-Wan was trying to get a signal through, but he couldn't. And yeah.
That was just really random though.
Well, that's why R2 shows up.
Oh, okay.
Because he has the message from Obi-Wan. I was getting there.
Okay.
I was leading up to it.
Okay.
Obi-Wan tries to send a message.
Delivering the message from Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Because he's trying to get a message to the council, but he's too far away because he's like 900 parsecs away.
So he calls Anakin and he's like, why is Anakin in a fucking Tatooine?
Why did he go there?
He's got his like GPS on his phone. Me watching you drive home last night. Making sure you don't flip
watching
your car.
my sim. So yeah, R2 shows up and delivers the message to Anakin and Padme. And
C-3PO.
And C-3PO, and they meet. They're
and
besties.
The Owens, or the Larses.
The Larses. Yeah. Anakin has a whole mental...
Luke Lars.
No, he's still Skywalker.
I know, but what if he took their last name?
Wait, so never mind. We'll get to that. Anakin has a mentee bee, and he tells Padme, he's like, I'm going to become the most powerful Jedi, and I'm going to make it to where people can't die, or I can bring them back from the dead. He also is like,
I killed all those people and their families.
Yeah,
and Padme's just like...
She literally says
when you're
anger.
Like dating somebody, you like know they're wrong, but you're just like...
Yeah, she says like
really
anger is human. Like to feel is human. And he said, but I'm not human. I'm Jedi. Like I'm above this. I'm not supposed to feel like this. And she's like,
yeah.
Sorry about it. But yeah, she doesn't like reprimand him or recriminate him for killing all of the Tusken Raiders.
She just was like nodding.
Yeah.
She'd be a great like therapist.
Gaslight, gatekeeping girl boss.
Oh no. I think she's trying not to like fucking belittle him and like bully him like fucking Obi-Wan's doing.
Okay, you can tell somebody murder is wrong without belittling them. I think.
Hey girl, maybe you shouldn't have murdered those kids. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, what do you even say?
Hey, maybe you shouldn't have murdered all of those kids.
Hey girl, hear me out. I know you're sad because your mom died.
Crazy.
But maybe you don't murder kids next time.
So crazy.
It's okay this time. Shit happens.
Wild. Anyway, so Obi-Wan's message was like, hey guys, the Viceroy and the Trade Federation and Count Dooku are doing some bad shit on this planet. I need help. And then he gets attacked and the message just like ends.
Yeah.
They're on like a FaceTime conference call with the Jedi Council and Anakin, and Mace Windu is like,
Zoom meeting.
Yeah. He's like, Anakin, stay there. Don't leave. You need to stay put. Watch Padme.
Yeah.
Don't move. We're going to get to Obi-Wan and help him. And Padme's like, okay, but hear me out. They're really far away. And Anakin's like, well, I was just given a direct order for the first time in his life.
He's literally being like, they told me to stay here, so I'm going to stay here because they told me so. Like, he's being a little brat, though.
But, like, he's not listened to this whole time.
Yeah, but it doesn't even take a millisecond for her to change his mind. She's like, well, I'm going. And he's like, all right, well, let's go.
Yeah. She's like, well, you have to protect me. So, they go...
He smiled though. He's happy again.
He's like, wow, my woman
is
my so fucking cool.
She's mad horde.
Yeah.
It doesn't go great though.
No.
This is when the council is like talking. Like it's Palpatine and like some other dudes, the guy with the horns, big blue horns.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, golly gee, Jar Jar's in the room. They're like, if only somebody would, tell the senators that we should give Palpatine supreme power so that he can just handle this situation.
Yeah, they're like, too bad Amidala isn't here to, start the movement because she's so like.
And Jar Jar's like, write that down.
Yeah, they're like, oh, she can convince anyone to do anything.
Yeah,
but like, really, the entire Senate is under the
they're
foot
already
of the
fucked.
dark side. So they just needed
Under that
someone
dark foot.
not part of that to like start the movement.
Yeah.
So they couldn't they wanted to like not have like fingers pointed at them that they started it.
Yeah.
They wanted somebody who was like good.
They couldn't make it obvious.
Yeah. But it's Jar Jar, so he's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we cut back to Obi-Wan. He is in like a what'd you call it?
Okay, he's like floating in the air in like a prison, but he's like
Oh, yeah.
spinning, and I said he's a fairy.
She was a fairy.
He's like literally like
Floating
my
in, like,
fruit
a-
up, but like
Yeah.
slowly turning. And him and Count Dooku are having like a really important conversation, but his back is like
Yeah.
constantly to him, and he's like looking over his shoulder at
Yeah.
him.
Obi-Wan's like, "Are you a Sith?" And Dooku's like, "No."
He's like, no, but we
Do you want
could
to join me?
we could stop the Sith. So crazy.
Yeah.
And
I'm not being sus at all.
No, Dooku is like, yeah, by the way, the Senate, really weird. They're under control of the Sith. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
But we can join forces and
Stop
save
Darth
everyone.
Sidious.
But he's lying.
Yeah.
He's really good at that.
fucking lying.
Damn, he like Christopher Lee really plays like
Bad guy.
the guy who was good that goes bad.
I'm not even tired. On God. Real for real, seriously. Yeah, so Palpatine now has a, like emergency overall power of the galactic order, or the what's it called? The
Yeah.
galactic
Senate.
Republic.
Yeah. And Jar Jar Binks, when he's making his speech to everyone to convince them, he says Dello Feligits.
He says Dello Feligits, and
I literally lost
I just hung my head in shame.
I had to write it down. Dello Feligits.
like
That's
Jar Jar,
you.
I'm his Dello Feligit.
No, you fuck words.
Oh,
like
me and
that.
Jar Jar. Oh yeah, no. If Jar Jar and I had a conversation, it would be
It would be like gibberish.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, speaking of gibberish, Kat and I went to the nail salon today, and there was this guy in there loudly talking on the phone the entire time. And then the person he was talking to, he had them on speaker.
Which like is already, that should be illegal. You should literally be put in prison if you talk on
And
speakerphone in public.
I love the owner of our nail salon. I literally just kept staring at him like,
Please make this man shut up.
are you gonna literally not say anything? Like, I mean, I think they don't really want to like lose customers, which I get. It's a small business, but like at the same time, like, bro, put up a sign that says like, please don't have phone calls.
Or at least not on
Like,
speaker.
people go there to relax, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in there trying to get my fucking pedicure on.
Like, I'm not
He
kidding.
was screaming on the
Yeah.
phone. He sounded like Forrest Gump.
He really did.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he was just like the way he was talking. He
Yeah.
had like a deep, low voice, and he was just like
He
just
wasn't like
sounded
saying like
goofy.
like sentences.
And
He
then
was
like
just
all the people he
saying
was talking to,
things.
he was like, "Are we gonna get the yacht? Yeah, we're gonna get the yacht. Why don't you throw a couple jet skis up on there on the yacht? Are we getting the blue yacht or the white yacht? Like, these are legitimately things he was saying to this person.
He was like,
on
"Is the
other
car
phone.
armored? We need to make sure the
Bro,
car is armored."
oh my God. He was like, yeah. I'm gonna send my bag. My bag's like it's like $45 for the carry-on, and then like my bag. But like, I can't pay for your bag, bro. Like, I'll pay for your plane ticket, but I'm not gonna pay for your bag.
It was like him throwing money around out loud, but it was just like irritating. Like he was like trying. Also, I'm not kidding. Looked like he was 12 years old.
Yeah.
He looks like a
literally said at
literal
one
teenager.
point, like, oh yeah, we're getting the spot, the club. He was like, yeah, send me pictures of the girls. And the guy on the phone was like, send you pictures of the girls. And he's like, yeah, like, what girls are you bringing? Like, send me their photos. And the guy on the other line was like, I'm sure there'll be girls there. Like, it was just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how are y'all even like, you know, that's like saying like fake it till you make it. Like, how are y'all doing that? Because if somebody was talking to me like that on the phone, I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It was
The guy on the other line
craziest
was
thing.
doing his fucking best to like put up with this man. I don't know what his role was. I'm assuming he's like maybe like a promoter or something. And this guy was like paying for like a bar package or like a weekend. I don't know what the relationship was. It was
Yeah.
so bizarre and so crazy.
It was really crazy how loudly he was talking
Yeah.
on the phone.
And then he was like, yeah, I'll pay the $1,800, but like my bros only want to pay $15, so I'll have to pay like the rest for them, you know? And the guy was just like, all right, brother, yeah, it'll be this much money. Imagine like screaming on the phone like that in a nail salon.
Also,
Just don't talk on the phone at the nail salon at all one.
Why would you want to yell about how much money you have? You're gonna get fucking robbed, bro.
But that's the thing. I was telling Kat, I was like, he probably has like, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm fucking poor. I have like $10 in my bank account, but he probably is not rich. He probably has like a cool 20K in the bank, 25K in the
he's
bank.
about to blow it all wherever the fuck he's going, apparently.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he's got money like that. He wouldn't be going to our fucking nail salon if he had money. Let me tell you. Our nail salon is really nice. It's not that nice. I got a pedicure and a manicure. It was $80. You know? Like,
it's just like, to me, like, it should be illegal for you to talk on speakerphone anywhere in public.
I just think that is literally so
disrespectful.
Insane. It's fine if you're somewhere where you're like, I don't know, like like at the grocery store is kind of whatever, because you're like passing by people. Like, you're not forced to sit in a room with somebody for an hour and listen to their full conversation. Like, I could not even believe it. Like, oh my God.
Also, it wasn't even like he had his phone like on his lap because he was busy. He was holding his phone up to his ear like this the whole time. He could have been talking like this.
He just got a manicure and then a pedicure. So he could have.
He was doing this.
The fact that he made us listen to his side of the conversation and the other person's side of the conversation is literally so insane.
It was wild.
I have never. You know what? And sometimes people talk on the phone at the nail salon, but they have an earpiece in and they are like mumbling, and that's fine. Listen, if you're quiet enough that I can't fucking hear your entire conversation, that is also that I'm okay with that. Honestly, like, because you know, some people like want to talk to their mom on the phone or whatever. That is okay with me. That's fine.
Yeah.
You want to talk to grandma on the phone while you get your nails done? You're a busy bitch. Listen,
I get
girl
it.
boss, gaslight, gatekeep, do what you got to do. That's fine with me. But if you're literally like talking loudly on the phone and you have it on speaker and I can hear the other person,
crazy.
You are the definition of a pick. This man was literally the biggest pick-me bitch of all time. He could not have been more of a pick-me bitch. And you know what? No one's ever going to pick him. He's never going to get picked.
No.
And his eyebrows looked insane.
I didn't look at him that hard except to like...
I was staring at him like this.
When you were still getting your nails done, when I was done and I was sitting, I was just staring at him, trying to get him to shut the fuck up. But he never looked up.
All of the nail techs were like glaring at him. Like everybody in the room hated him.
But all I could see was that he looked like I was like, there's no way this child needs to be yelling about money like this. Like, there's no way he could have been more than 21. Like, he was so young. He was very young.
I hate him.
I do too. Like, it was crazy. Anyway,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay, so
they go to save Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Anakin and Padme.
It very quickly devolves into the worst. Padme's like, let me do the talking so we can make this diplomatic so we don't start another war. But guess what? That doesn't work.
They get attacked like immediately.
Yeah. Anakin also like literally is like, I've given up arguing with you. Yeah.
Padme falls into like a conveyor belt thing, like where they're making
They're making
droids.
Rogers.
Yeah, the Roger droids.
Yeah.
She almost dies a bunch of time. Anakin's like fighting these like winged beasts. Don't know what the fuck they are.
C-3PO and R2 leave because R2 is like, well, I'm going to go help. And C-3PO is like, well, if they wanted our help, they would have asked us. But then R2 goes and 3PO is like, well, I can't like leave that little droid by himself. So they go, R2 literally knocks 3PO onto a conveyor belt. He loses his head, gets replaced by a Roger droid, and then a Roger droid has his head. So both halves of him are half Roger, half 3PO.
While Anakin's like fighting the winged alien thingies, he gets like his arm stuck in some machinery. His lightsaber gets chopped in half.
Yeah, and he says, not again.
Yeah, and I'm like, Anakin, how many times has your lightsaber been chopped in half, babe?
What do you mean not again?
What do you mean not again? And then Jango Fett captures them. At one point, Padme is like about to get covered in like molten iron or some shit.
Yeah,
molten
like
metal.
Scary.
Yeah, but
R2 saves her.
R2 saves her. He like breaks her kettle free from the conveyor belt.
He's the
That would have
best.
been a bad way to die.
Yeah, that would be really painful. They get brought into, Anakin and Padme get brought into like a holding cell.
They're like on a chariot.
Yeah, they're on a chariot and they're like, they literally are Hunger Games, chained up.
Together.
And she says,
Tributes from District 12 style.
I'm not afraid to die, but I've been dying every day since you came back because I love you. And he's like, I thought we weren't going to
It's literally what my
have
shirt
feelings.
says. Do you want to read it?
You love me. I thought we had decided that we'd be forced to live a lie and that it would destroy our lives.
And this, and then this, and then that, and then that.
Oh, okay.
You can do it.
Okay. You love me. I thought we had decided not to fall in love, that we'd be forced to live a lie, and that it would destroy our lives. And then they make out, and then they get brought out into like this giant.
She's like, no, she basically like, we're gonna die anyway. Let's make out.
Yeah. She's like, why not? I might as well admit my
They're
feelings.
both so hot. Oh my God. Natalie and Hayden.
Yeah.
Make out forever.
Mm-hmm. They're brought onto like a giant arena, but don't worry, Obi-Wan's already there.
Yeah, there's like giant poles in the middle, and they're chained up to him.
Like, yeah, chained up with their arms up. Padme pulls a pin from somewhere and like sticks it in her mouth. Anakin,
Obi-Wan's like, hey,
I lost a letter. Fix me.
Oh, you're missing a couple letters.
Am I?
You're missing an A.
Oh, it's right here. I just hit it. My earrings.
Cat has chalkboard earrings that say hate sand.
Anakin is.
This side says hate, and this side says sand. I'll post a picture of them. They're very cute.
Anakin's like, hey, we plan to rescue you, and Obi-Wan's like, great job, bud.
You're doing great.
Great job.
We're all
bud.
chained up to poles, about to die.
They bring out 3 very scary space animals. Don't worry, I did get their names.
I got it.
There's-
Dinosaur.
That's Reek.
Spider, like praying mantis, crab.
That's the Ackley. Cat with a very large mouth.
Kitten, huge mouth, spiky back,
That's
porcupine.
Nexu.
I love them.
Nexu,
Best friends.
the cat one, eats its handler immediately.
Yup.
Padme gets herself free and is climbing up her giant pole.
Yeah, she like unchains one of her hands with her like bobby pin or whatever, and then she like climbs her chain up to the top of her pole.
And Obi-Wan's like, hey, Anakin, we got this. And Anakin's like, what about Padme? And Obi-Wan's like,
Don't worry
she's
about
fine.
her. She's honestly
literally-
the baddest bitch. I can see where Leia gets it from. Like,
No, for sure.
Padme is literally a
bad
fucking
bitch.
bad bitch. She has like the best aim out of all of them too.
Yeah.
Like she is like pew
One-handed.
Pew. Yeah, she's got her little lights. What is that even called? A freaking laser gun cocked
blaster.
sideways. She got her blaster cocked sideways.
Yeah,
She's killing
Obi-Wan
them.
has the claw crab spider like
Praying
come at
mantis
him
thing.
to get his chains undone, and then he's fighting that one. Anakin is fighting the dinosaur looking ass bitch,
He kinda,
and
like, rides him,
Padme is fighting the cat.
Anakin loves to just ride strange animals he's never seen before.
I didn't know where you're gonna go with that.
Oh, okay.
I got
That was
scared.
it. Can you take a bath later?
Yeah, he's like riding on the dinosaur thing.
We're gonna take a bath later. Like, so not right now. Do you know what I mean?
No, he doesn't know.
Maybe later though. No.
He's gonna keep going. Padme gets on top of her pole, and the cat is like climbing it and scratches the fuck out of her back.
Yo, she's scarred for life.
Yeah. Now her shirt is a slutty little crop top, and I love it.
Yeah, they did that on purpose. They
Oh,
were
for
like, she has
sure.
way too much clothes on.
She ends up like hurting the cat really bad. I honestly couldn't tell you how I wasn't. This whole thing is like there's so much happening. It's
Yeah.
really chaotic. Anakin tames the Reek and like
I think
climbs
she
on
kicks
top of it.
She like
She was hitting it with the chains, but that wasn't doing enough.
yeah, she jumps down from her chain, probably broke her fucking wrist, and like kicks it in the fucking stomach, bro.
Slay, good for her.
She fucking Chuck Norrises that motherfucker.
I love that. Obi-Wan is like run off to like the middle of the arena fighting the fucking praying mantis crab spider. And Anakin, has tamed the Reek and is like riding it, runs up underneath Padme, and she just jumps down. And every time that scene, my vagina hurts.
What that is not a thing that people can do.
No, and that thing looks like he's like hard. Like
Yeah,
it
it's like
doesn't.
jumping onto like a literal dinosaur. Like, bitch,
That's okay.
You would
Yeah.
split you up. Your tailbone would shatter. Like,
Yeah. And it would just like hurt all the way around.
ouch.
Yeah, it's a no for me. Obi-Wan jumps up on there with them.
3 best friends that anyone could ever.
They're riding this little alien dinosaur.
and we'll never,
And-
ever leave each other.
Dooku and the Steven,
And Chris,
I almost called him Chad, and
Chad's
Chris and
Boba.
like other bad guys, Django,
Django.
are all up
Boba's
on a
up there,
balcony.
too.
Yeah. Watching this all happen. And Gunray / Steven is like, I want her dead. Like, I want Padme dead. I'm fucking sick of her. Like, she's got to go. We've tried to kill her so many times. Like, this is it. Let's just fucking shoot her. So they bring out droids because the animals weren't enough and they're obviously about to get away. So they bring out a bunch of droids to shoot at them. But don't
Yup.
worry, because Mace Windu and Yoda and like 900 other Jedi all show up to join the fight. And this is when it gets really fucking crazy, actually. Like, batshit. There's like hundreds of Jedi and droids just all fighting each other. It's chaos.
The boys get their toys. Goose, be so fucking for real. You cannot take a bath up here. Your mother is working. Leave her.
Yeah. Some Jedi throw Anakin and Obi-Wan new lightsabers.
Yeah. How did they know they need them? I guess maybe they just had
they could feel it, but also they
can feel that they need lightsabers. They can't feel that freaking their old friend Dooku is a bad guy now.
Well, I mean, like, obviously they were fighting those animals with like their bare hands, so they knew that they didn't have.
That's what I'm saying. How do they know to bring extras?
I'm sure some of them just carry extras.
I'm cool with it.
Padme is just pew-pewing everyone.
R2 saves C-3PO. R2 gets C-3PO's head and puts it back on his body.
And he drags, R2's dragging 3PO's head to his body. And 3PO says, this is such a drag. And then when he gets to his body, he says, I'm quite beside myself.
C-3PO was literally the funniest fucking character.
No, he is.
Literally so funny.
Dooku's about to get got, but Jango saves him. But then Jango goes down to like join in the melee, and Mace Windu beheads him in front of everyone. Including Boba, who just watched his dad get beheaded.
Is it really his dad, though? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
He's just like...
He's like his clone, technically.
Yeah, but he raised him.
Boba Fett is
Jango Fett. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Inception.
No, it actually truly is. Dooku's really scared now. He's like, oh yeah, I had Jango Fett and all my minions, but now he's like, oh shit, we're about to get our shit fucked up.
Yeah.
The Jedi and Padme are all surrounded at this point. They're getting their asses handed to them because there's a lot of droids. But Dooku's like, hey, you can surrender or die. Those are your options. And they're like, well, we're not surrendering.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we'll die. Like, Padme already was like, yeah, I'm dying today.
I already told this man who I said I wasn't going to be with that I loved him. So
yeah, I'm ready to go.
But Yoda saves the day.
Yoda shows up with the fucking tall people's army.
The clones.
Boba army.
No, the clones.
Jenga army.
Yeah. So the Jedi all get away, but they leave R2 and 3PO.
Yeah. They somehow didn't, though, because they end up with them later. But yeah.
But like, what the fuck?
They ran to where they were.
I guess.
Yup. So Steven and Chris are big pissed. And they are trying to get the fuck out of there.
All they wanted was for Padme to die.
Yeah, and that did not happen. And now they're like literally getting attacked. So they're like, the clones are like shooting all the Trade Federation ships down. They're just trying to like escape. And they're like, fuck that. Dooku, he tells one of the like flying general dudes, the ones that are on that planet. I can't remember what that planet's called. It starts with a G.
Yeah.
He's like telling one of those guys. He's like, hey, give me the plans for our ultimate weapon. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they can't let the Jedi get a hold of their secret plans.
And kind of are like, ooh, what's the ultimate weapon?
What
it's so
could
funny
it
when you've like seen all of these and you're like,
yeah.
Like, you know what's going to happen, but it's still so
I mean, they show it.
Yeah, and they show the Death Star. But you don't know it's the Death Star unless you've, like, seen Star Wars. You're like, what's that round thing?
Well, these came out after.
Yeah, but
so you would know.
Like, if you were somebody now watching them in order, you would know that's the Death Star.
It's true.
But anyway, yeah, Dooku takes the plans for the Death Star, and he tries to escape.
Yeah, but
being the operative.
Yeah, Obi-Wan, Anakin... and Padme are on a speeder with a couple of the clones, and they see Dooku, so they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go after him." They're out of rockets.
Dooku just tries to leave like on a speeder.
Yeah,
like
he's
like a bike.
Yeah, he's just like, "Bye." Like, you can't go into space on that. So, like, where was he going?
I guess he maybe had a ship hidden somewhere. I don't know. Great question.
Yeah, so they give chase to Dooku. Padme falls out of the fucking speeder.
You were being such a bad bitch, and then you had to go and fall out of the ship. That's so embarrassing.
And Anakin is like, we have to go back for her. I can't leave her. And Obi-Wan's like, we have to go after Dooku. We have to do what's right. Like, what would Padme do in this situation?
That was the right thing to say. See, Obi-Wan needs to start thinking like that more. He needs to think like how, instead of just like belittling Anakin and being like, you're so bad, you just always want to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
He needs to like figure out a way to talk to him.
And that was,
they need to go to couples therapy.
No, for sure. There's a hangar. Okay, yeah. So he was going to another ship because they end up at a hangar.
True.
And Anakin and Obi-Wan are about to fight Dooku, and Obi-Wan's trying to make a plan with Anakin, and Anakin's like, nah, I'm just gonna fuck up this guy. I'm just gonna fuck him up. And then he gets fucked up really quick, and he gets like thrown against a wall.
Like gets his breath knocked out of him.
Yeah, so Obi-Wan and Dooku are fighting, but Dooku slices Obi-Wan's leg and his arm.
Yeah.
And so Anakin finally gets up, God, after his nap. Jesus.
For real.
He gets up and Obi-Wan throws Anakin his saber. So now Anakin has 2 sabers, but he immediately loses one of them.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't last long at all. Like what was the point of that?
And then they Dooku it out. I just workshopped that just now. All right, bye.
I'm just gonna leave. Anakin and Dooku are saber fighting, and Dooku slices off Anakin's arm.
Yup. At like the elbow though.
It's like up here, yeah.
Yeah.
Like above his elbow, I think.
Yeah. I told Kat, I said he could probably still hold himself up with one arm though. Don't worry about me. He seems like a strong,
I mean, they make babies,
a strong fit young man.
They figure it out. Yoda just hobbles in after Anakin and Obi-Wan are fucking knocked
this is
out.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I feel like Yoda knows.
Maybe he does.
Yeah.
Dooku is just throwing wall sconces at Yoda.
He really was taking the
He's literally
sconces
just like
down. And Yoda's just kind of like, girl, what? Like
swatting them away like flies.
Yeah. Yoda's like, the fuck
He's
do
like,
you
do you
think I am?
Yoda literally says, I'm stronger than you. And Dooku's like, that you thought. And Yoda's like, no, baby. Actually, I literally am stronger than you.
Taking a sconce to the dome. That's how you thought you were going to take out Yoda with sconces, bro?
Well, Dooku realizes that he's not going to win that way. So he's like, wait, JK.
So
how about we have a saber fight instead?
Right.
I know I can take you via saber. But he still can't. Dooku then distracts Yoda by trying to throw, I don't know, another fucking giant wall sconce on passed out Anakin and Obi-Wan. So Yoda
it's like
chooses
the
to save
slowest
them.
motion, though.
Yeah. So Yoda tries to save them instead
It's
of
like
going
watching
after
the Titanic sink. I was like,
okay.
Yoda's literally like,
get it.
Okay, girl, what the fuck?
So Dooku gets away with the plans. Ripperoni.
Which we knew.
Right, we knew it was going to happen, obviously. Spoiler alert.
We knew that. Based on future events.
Anakin and Obi-Wan finally get up. Okay.
From their nap.
Yeah. Padme
Anakin's
runs
second
in
nap.
and just kisses Anakin in front of everyone.
She doesn't care anymore.
Y'all are supposed to not tell anyone, but...
Remember when they had the secret relationship conversation? Don't you think that would have gone better? If they had a secret relationship?
Yeah.
Instead of like almost dying.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I honestly think so.
Okay, awesome.
Dooku lands wherever he goes. And he's meeting with the Sith Lord, and the Sith Lord is like, no, this is great. Our plans are going great. I know that we just lost that little mini skirmish we had, but like everything else is going according to plan, and we got this, babe.
He also calls him Lord Tyrannus.
Yeah, he calls Dooku that, right?
No, he literally went from Duke to Anus. They gave him the worst names.
They're like, you're an ass, so all of your names will be ass.
Palpatine is literally like Palpatine. Like, I don't know. It just sounds...
Reminds me of Ovaltine, the chocolate milk.
Senator Ovaltine.
Shit, that's his name now.
I love it.
Obi-Wan, Mace Windu, and Yoda are discussing the Senate, and they're like, we would have known if the dark side had taken over. And Obi-Wan's like, listen, this is what I've been told, and obviously Dooku knows more than we do because he's on the dark side. Yeah. Why else would he have brought it up? But also, why did he tell? I mean, I guess he thought he was going to die.
I think he thought he was going to die, so he was like, I'll just tell you my plans. That's why
I think
the bad
he
guys are always stupid.
trying to like get him on his side too. He was like, oh, if we could get Obi-Wan on the dark side. But like, if you've ever met Obi-Wan, you knew that wasn't going to happen.
And then also, when Obi-Wan and Yoda and Mace Windu are talking, he's like, yeah, something about like, this wouldn't have been a victory if it wasn't for the clones. And Yoda's like, first of all, the clones are bad. All right. We can't be out here making fucking clone armies. Second, this was not a fucking dub, bro. Like, this was a L.
He literally says like,
everybody got an L.
Like, it's not a victory. Like, a war has started. Like, this is the beginning of a war.
Of a clone war.
Yeah. name drop.
Crazy. And then now you go watch Clone Wars. No, I'm kidding.
No, really.
I never watch that.
Me either.
I can't do it. I can do movies because
it's like out of order too.
Yeah.
Like
really?
yeah, like Maddie was just telling me season 3 episode 1 is like before seasons 1 and 2, like chronologically. They like explain stuff. They like go back and it's like all over the
because
place.
Anakin has like the long hair in those, doesn't he?
Yeah, because that's how Ahsoka like comes out. She's Anakin's Padawan. So it's like before the next movie.
Oh.
And that's where she comes in.
Did they ever mention Ahsoka in the 3rd movie? No.
I don't think
so.
I think maybe they've like added her in somewhere, maybe. I know she's in the shows now. Anyway, Anakin is escorting Padme back to Naboo.
They're just making bad decisions left and right. Like, stop leaving these two alone together.
Yeah. And then they have a secret wedding.
Yup. And then C-3PO and R2-D2 are the bridesmaids. They look beautiful.
They're the witnesses and the bridesmaids. Like, can a droid be your witness to your wedding?
Like, especially C-3PO. He's like an etiquette droid.
Yeah.
He's like basically a walking, talking notary of the public, I feel like.
Well, they're the witnesses and the bridesmaids. And now,
do you know what I mean?
Okay, here's my question. I know we kind of brought this up last time, but like Padme's legal name. Is it Padme or is it Amidala?
Padme Amidala
is her full name.
Right.
So now she's Padme Skywalker?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad I could clear that up.
Senator Skywalker. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, but yeah. I think she just keeps her name because it's a secret wedding.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
Yeah. Yep. But they gave it to the kids, obviously. Or just Luke.
I don't think
Leia is Leia Organa.
Well, no, but I'm just saying I don't think Padme named those fucking kids.
I think she did. I think she named them. I think she names them and then dies.
She says, "Listen, I'm
sorry." Spoiler alert.
I know
oh my
we're
God.
like literally ruining the whole 3rd movie. She just like is so depressed, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll name them, but I'm literally giving up."
She
on my
wrote them
life.
in like a suicide note somewhere.
She didn't commit suicide. She just let
she gave up.
Go.
Yeah. Anyway,
you would think holding your sweet babies would bring you back from the agony of your husband killing a bunch of kids.
I think she was so like I think it was more than that. Like there was, you know what I'm saying? Like they just like
no.
She knew there was no coming back for him.
Yeah, but you're fucking kids, bro.
I guess.
Do it for the kids.
Would you like I gotta go. The way we both stopped. The way we both
You owe me a Coke.
The way
I want your fucking backwash ass Coke.
That was really scary that we both stopped at the same time too.
Would you like to go first?
Sure. I gave Attack of the Clones a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I really do enjoy this one. I like how it sets everything up. Obviously, like there's a lot of foreshadowing in this one, especially like
even for like the 4 through 6. There's so much foreshadowing.
Yeah. I really think my only issue is how fucking annoying Anakin is, and I know that's his character, and I know that's like the point, but like he annoys me enough to get like rid of a point. Because what the fuck, bro? Like you're annoying as fuck. So I gave it 9 out of 10. So it is now number 1 on my Star Wars list. So it's above Phantom Menace.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. I don't feel like saying the whole fucking title again.
Mm-hmm.
I love Anakin. I love Padme. I think Anakin's a perfect sweet baby angel. I think he's really misunderstood. I love their love. I love their forbidden love. I feel like this is my favorite Star Wars movie, but
of all of them? I know what my favorite is. So
no, it's so hard. It's my number 1 right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
I did put it above Phantom Menace, but
me too.
Yeah, this one's definitely like this one will be 1 or 2, definitely.
Yeah,
I feel like out of all the Star Wars movies,
I think it'll stay pretty high for me.
Yep.
Are you ready to guess?
Yes, I love guessing.
Okay.
Please don't pick another shitty movie like Cars 2.
This movie came out in 2015.
Okay.
It is live action. It's a DCOM.
Oh God.
It has multiple sequels and spin-offs.
This is the first one, though?
Yes.
Descendants? Okay.
Yeah.
I like Descendants.
I was going to say my next hint.
Not good.
My next hint was going to be
Dove Cameron.
I've never seen it and you have begged me to watch it.
Okay, listen. Descendants is like, okay, it's definitely very camp. It's definitely very like hokey and corny. It
Yeah.
is not, I will say, Zombies is way worse when it comes to like the hokey, corny shit.
Okay.
But it's definitely like along the lines of like Zombies. But Zombies was like almost like cringe. I don't think Descendants is as cringy.
I met like half of the cast.
Yeah.
When I worked on Main Street, they did the like Christmas parade taping one year, and they were all there, and they like changed the words to one of the songs to be Christmassy, and Dove Cameron was performing. It was her.
She's so cute.
What's the one that's, you know?
I don't know his name.
He was there.
Piece of shit.
And then somebody else. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I know it was Dove Cameron.
I only know Dove Cameron. Yeah, I suck.
But they were all there. So I got to meet them. They were very nice.
It's definitely, it's not good, but it's like if we were 5, we would have been all over it. I just like, I don't know. I just think like we were so blessed to have had like High School Musical. But you know what I'm saying? We watched High School Musical and I was like, no, this holds up. But then when we watched Cheetah Girls, I was like, no.
Yeah.
So I wonder if
we had movies like, I almost picked Cadet Kelly. I almost went for that.
That's what I'm saying.
But
like everybody's like, that was my lesbian awakening.
Cadet Kelly?
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
No, yeah, I don't know. I think it's so weird that when you're a little kid, you think like movies are good. And then when you get older, like some of them hold up, but some of them are bad.
Well, because you're not looking at them in the sense of like
Is this a good
actual
movie or not?
plot and
You
like,
just like the colors and the songs.
Yeah.
The songs are cute. Like I like Descendants.
yeah, it was the Chillin' Like a Villain, that song. They changed it to Chillin' Like a Snowman. So I literally hear it in my head all the time.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
I still have never seen it ever.
It's good. Well, you're going to. It's cute.
I can't wait.
It's cute. Yeah, no. If we were 5, we would have been like
all over
all the dolls, all the costumes. Like for sure, we would have been all over. Plus, it's like Disney. Like it is Disney.
I think they're coming out with another one.
There's like 5 Descendants movies at this point.
I think there's 4.
There's like
and then
new
there's
version
spin-offs
coming out.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be like different villains' kids in this one.
I know that they have like a cartoon too for it.
He is literally under the chair and his head is against the wall. He looks like he has put himself in timeout, and I just don't know what's happening.
Because you were mean to him.
He was licking himself so loudly. This is all I could hear. I was like,
Padme eating that space pear.
Yeah, Padme eating her fucking space pear.
Bro, the way she ate it is so bizarre.
The space pears.
I notice it every time.
Yeah. Anyway. Thanks for listening.
Yay!
Sorry we don't know anything about Star Wars. We're Star Wars experts. I don't care what anybody says.
No, yeah. Steven and Chris.
Steven and Chris. Y'all don't even the other fans, they don't know about Steven and Chris.
Nope. They'll never get it.
Yup.
Make sure to follow us on our social media.
Yeah.
We have really fun TikToks. You can also, if you're listening, you can watch us on YouTube. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can listen to us too. Lots of cool shit. We're on Instagram and what's the other thing? Threads.
We don't post on Threads.
Which is like just.
We had a Twitter.
Yeah.
Rarely posted on Twitter. Then, X happened. And then I was like, you know what? We just need an Instagram.
Yeah. Instagram.
We don't really post on Threads.
Instagram and TikTok are the vibe. So make
Yeah.
sure to give us a follow and follow us on Patreon. Subscribe to our Patreon. We get some cool shit going on over there. We do bonus eps. We do like fun facts about Disney legends and like ride to movie to ride adaptations.
Make videos.
We do really fun videos. We've dressed as Shrek.
4 years.
For 4 years. That's crazy.
We were Shrek 4 times.
We were. Shrek as fuck, bro.
We're going to run out of Shrek.
No.
I don't think so, actually. I keep making more Shrek.
Yeah. We could just go to Puss in Boots next.
Facts. They need to give Rumpel his own.
I want the Pied
I'm
Piper.
obsessed with Rumpelstiltskin.
I want the Pied Piper to have his own movie.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
I feel like he was, brushed
Gingy?
under the rug.
So great.
Mm-hmm.
Love him. I love Gingy. We talked about this. I don't remember when, but he's just like, I think we talked about it last episode maybe. He's just always screaming. Like he's always at 10. And
he's always
I
panicked.
just love him so much. Oh, yeah, because we talked about the 3 little pigs. Are they German in Germany?
Yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah. Join us over there.
Patreon.
It's a good time.
It's linked on our website. Down in the whatever you're watching or listening.
Down below.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye. Are
you doing a heart?
Have a heart.
How do you do the?
No, I can't. Nope.
I can't do it on like this hand. I can do it quickly.
Okay, but like my other fingers don't know what to do. I think that's my issue. I don't
just hold them down so they're out of the way, and then you make a heart.
I hate it. Gen Z, what the fuck is that? Like this is literally a heart. That's a heart.
This is for the millennials. Okay, now for Gen Z. Oh wait, I can't do it. There we go.
I forgot
too.
Like my thumb doesn't know what to do. I hate it. You could do the like the K-pop heart.
Like a little heart?
Yeah.
It's like that, right?
Yeah, it's a little heart.
I think we covered everything. I think we did
Okay.
it. Bye.
These opinions are our own and are in no way associated with the film or the film's production company.
The Tragical podcast cover art is created by Johnny the Alchemist.
The Tragical intro was produced by Ja Reezy.
Links to our social media and Patreon can be found on our website, located in the show notes.
Thanks for listening
to Tragical.
Tragical.